Yay. I never know what to say. Hi, welcome. This is due to a lot of ups. Okay, so here's the thing. My words today are very not good. So I apologize. Brain is weird. Things are, a thing.
Things are things.
Things are a thing. Brain doesn't like words sometimes, and sometimes I'm multitasking because that's how DMs do. Anyway, hi, welcome. This is Divine and Conquer, and we're going to be playing a role playing game with dragons and sometimes large caverns and stuff. So,
Gaping chasms.
Don't
With
talk
gaping
about Hawk
chasm.
like that.
Oh, the gaping chasm.
anyway. So yeah, this is a module that is published by, certain things, and sometimes we just take those modules and we just throw them out the window and write our own story, because that's usually 90% of what I do with this. Anyway, so hi, I'm Vic. I will be your DM for tonight. I have an announcement I just remembered. Let me get the link.
Dude, okay.
I do have an
What's an
announcement. This is a really cool announcement.
We got one.
So I am as we know, I am a pastry chef. I like to do pastry things. So I have collaborated with this group on Twitter. It's called the Bunch of Buns Zine, and I put out a recipe that is published in their zine, and it is up for sale right now. So hey, do you like rabbits? Do you like bunnies? Do you like little fluffy creatures with like little long ears and cottontails and all that good stuff?
Yes.
Oh, that kind of rabbit?
Hawk. Enough. Anyway, so as I send that link through to be posted,
Go do the
if
thing.
you follow that link, you can pre-order yourself a copy of the zine. It comes in PDF and also physical copies. And there's also, if you do the physical copy, you get some cool little like merch pins and stuff. Good things. And all the proceeds for this are going to a bunny rescue foundation, from what I recall. So
That's so
Fresh.
good
dope.
cause.
Fresh.
That's so dope.
And my recipe is carrot cake cinnamon buns.
I love it.
That's amazing.
Yep. So
Nice.
go check that out. Go give it an order. Send it to your friends that love rabbits, because everybody has a friend that loves rabbits.
That's me.
Agreed.
Me.
It's him. It's him. It's
This
Jesus.
is me. I have rabbits.
He has the rabbits.
Oh my god, it is adorable.
All right. So, do we have any other announcements while Jesus is distracted by the loves of his life?
No. I'm looking at rabbits.
Okay. So
We like support small businesses.
support small businesses. Yes, exactly. Go check out all of our links down below on Twitch that we have, where you can check out people that make awesome dice vaults and DM screens. We have a TeePublic store because we are also small creators.
Be kind.
Go get a
Be kind. Yeah, go check out stickers. We still have our most recent one from our Extra Life
Yes.
charity stream with our lovely little kobolds.
Yeah.
Buy Dickie's
Yeah.
book.
Buy this
Yes,
book.
buy my dad's book. Oh, I also have another announcement. My dad is on a database online now for post-apocalyptic writers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so apparently somebody told him, he's like, oh yeah, so you've been added to this website for a database that collects like all the books written by people that do like the post-apocalyptic like Armageddon genre and like sci-fi and all that.
It's badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, go buy his book. It's on Amazon. Also go review his book because he loves to read the reviews.
Go do all the
With
things.
that.
Go do all the things.
While I struggle to open a snack for my good boy.
You need the
Let's
snack
go
bottle.
ahead and let's do introductions. As I said before, hi, I am Vic. I will be your DM, and I will be a lot of characters you're gonna love, a lot of characters you're gonna hate, and a lot of characters you're gonna go, hey, what the fuck?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And some of them you will. Anyway, so. Hi, Tabatha, who are you playing today?
Hello, I am Tabatha. I will be playing Patience / Rosemary, the Tiefling Sorcerer / Ranger.
Very nice, very nice. Jesus, who are we playing today?
Hey guys, I'll be playing Tarsius Chadington. He is a Minotaur barbarian fighter who's doing his best. He just wants to be a good boy. He's goodest of the good intentions is there.
You know, that's a really admirable goal to have in D&D.
He's trying his best.
Do your best and be good,
The
and
best
hopefully
always.
nobody else will challenge that.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how that goes. Hey,
Never said
Jeremiah,
everything
I mean,
is
Ragnar, I mean, who are you playing?
I am playing Cordelia Chadington, the fighter rogue Medusa. It's just kind of funny on Twitch when I looked at the sequences just to know when I'm going. It's the top people are all the multi-class.
Oh, hey, how about
That's
that?
funny. That's really
Yeah.
funny.
And also because I missed doing this last week. What do you call James Bond taking a bubble bath?
Oh my god.
I mean a bath in Bubble 07.
God.
And because I missed 2 games, so there's another one. Ladies, if you can't appreciate your fruit jokes, you need to let that man go. Okay, I'm done. Next.
I just love the very harsh silence after each joke. Good
That's
stuff.
what I go for. No laughter.
Fucking beautiful. If he can make people leave the room as quickly as possible, he knows he succeeded.
I'm sorry, I was muted. You missed my really hard sigh that I just made.
Well, the audience didn't hear it. So that was disappointing.
Hey, Sydney, who are you playing today? You muted.
My joke was so bad it broke her mic.
Jeremiah, I told you not to do that.
I hate this.
You're already in character.
I actually fucking laughed at Jeremiah's joke. So I'm like, I laughed. What do you mean?
Oh,
That was great. Give me all the bad jokes. I'm Sydney. I'll be playing Nicodemus the Hawkins, the human fighter who once again has vomit on his pants. And
from a priest, no doubt, no less.
Father.
Is that considered a blessing?
I don't know.
He has other things that are considered blessings.
Like christened in vomit.
Christened. There you go.
Gross.
Ew.
No, thank you. And unlike here's the fun fact. And unlike Hawk, unlike me, can stand being around people throwing up because he is not a sympathetic puker. Must be nice.
Same hat. Same hat. I can't do it.
Nope.
All right. So, and our holiest for last. Hey, Lynn, who are you playing tonight?
I'm playing Father Larkspur, the Tiefling Cleric. Priest, man.
Priest, man, father,
Jade.
daddy.
I didn't say it first. Okay. I was waiting.
All right, let's get you hooligans into game. So let's roll intro. Yay! All right, as I'm struggling to get my laptop to work,
What?
it has chosen it wants to be this kind of night.
Oh, yeah. It could also be the weather that we're having.
No, because my laptop is usually very slow because
Oh,
it's old,
Ah,
or excuse me, I should say vintage.
it's a vintage laptop
It's
from
vintage
3
model.
years ago.
Right. Okay. Why did my intro music stop playing? That's very rude.
Yeah, it's been happening to me as well. You have to fucking reconnect and then it works again.
Roll
Okay.
20, fix your stuff.
Roll 20 is a necessary evil.
It is.
It's kind of free.
That's kind of free.
It's, yeah, that's why.
All right. There's your music. Do I have to redo the thing? No. Okay. Solid gray means it's replaying. Not solid gray means it's not.
Okay.
Fucking.
Yeah.
I love this system.
Right.
Love this system. Okay. Let me go through my recap for all of you. So pay attention.
Yeah.
All right. Where did we last leave off? So where we last left our party, you have all traveled to Termish in order to begin your quest of rescuing the wizard known as Iskander, a defector looking to escape the fate that befalls all who reside within Zonthal Tower. You as a party, in need of a cleric and also at the behest of a certain sorcerer ranger's father, insisted that you needed to at least have a cleric with you if you were going to go on this journey. So, thanks to your new mob boss hobgoblin friend, Donnie, he kind of voluntold Lark to tag along. As that's what he's really good at doing.
Yeah.
So, you have enlisted the help of Larkspur, a priest of Ilmater, to join your party, somewhat reluctantly, but with a purpose, mind you. As through his own experience with performing his ceremonial rites of absolving people of their sins and shouldering them himself, he gained a friend that was also part of Zonthal Tower, a moonstone dragonborn by the name Maloon. Maloon had warned the party of, the nature of the tower, or warned Larkspur. He had told the party where the tower is located, and you found out that it is within the southeastern mountains of the Termishian countryside. Conveniently, Hawk, near your hometown of Benatuan. So, Maloon warned of the Red Wizards meddling with draconic magic and, unknown powers, and also of a labyrinth that protects the outside of the tower. And that something within it, you kind of don't want to look in the eyes. So with that, Maloon also had tasked Larkspur to retrieve an item that once belonged to their deceased twin, as well as to make sure that Maloon's twin brother would also be properly laid to rest, knowing that the Red Wizards within Zonthal Tower were going to be improperly using the body due to the rarity of gemstone dragonborns. So upon your arrival into the humid Termish countryside, you were all greeted by Lenanthon, the blue dragon, kind of working with members of the cult as they were moving packages and crates and whatnot, and also a chest full of people that Hawk happened to know. One of them being his baby sister Helene, another being a robust satyr woman named Mrs. Una, the owner of the Lucky U, and a Mr. Eustace Benton, a rather cantankerous but nosy half-orc neighbor, former City Watch. So, with that, you all, after your encounter, the dragon had fled. You captured two blue dragonborn individuals that you planned on interrogating to learn more about the tower. After a rather uncomfortable family reunion with Hawk's father. You all made it back to the Lucky You. Larkspur had made sure to heal your captors of your captees, I should say, of their wounds, making sure that they were comfortable and that they would be treated without bias. And so, with that, you see, you set them up comfortably. Wounds were attended to, and shortly after returning to the Lucky You, you began your interrogation. The two Dragonborns, you learned their names were Olithand and Tyron Cyanrath. Tyron, unfortunately, was a stalwart paladin to Tiamat to the very end. But while the party attempted to be amicable and patient with the cultists, Larkspur offered his religious services to their first interviewee, Olithand. But while attempting to wrangle any ounce of information out of these two, you guys quickly found out that if either were to give up a truth about Zonthal Tower, the sigil on their tongues would activate and give them a rather gruesome and fiery end. Iron was the one to meet this end, as he was just about to give up the password to the gates of Zonthal. The Dragonborn exploded into flames, but luckily, due to Patience's quick thinking, counterspelling it was able to keep you guys from getting harmed. However, Tyron still became dust, more or less, as a shadow of what looked like the Archduchess of Hell crawled its way out of his mouth and brought him to an end.
Yeah.
Yep. Meanwhile, with Larkspur and Olithand, Olithand was offered amnesty by Ilmater as he wrote his sins across Larkspur's body. And when you guys returned to them, you saw that Lark's entire upper torso was just covered in ink as this Dragonborn was fervently writing, and at the same time coughing up blood in what looked like bright blue flower petals. And right as Tyron met his end, these fiery hot chains enveloped Olithand, attempting to drag him to hell. But it was through the power of Larkspur's god that the chains were broken off of his body, and he was spared. Unfortunately, however, he was not spared from the fatigue that it brought him, as he immediately fainted. Meanwhile, Larkspur, also heavily poisoned from his ritual, also more or less succumbed to the poison. And that leaves you guys currently in the Lucky You still. Hawk had taken Larkspur up to his room to let him rest comfortably. You guys made sure that Olithand was, all right, breathing, alive. And we will pick up right where we left off. Where would you guys like to be? As it is currently late afternoon going into twilight. Where did my inn go? There it is.
Probably at the bar with some chalky milk.
Alright.
Whatever the closest to either of those things is what I would be doing.
Right. Alright, so as I try to get myself on another page. Please and thank you. We'll put you here. Miss Una. As Miss Una is currently manning the bar of her tavern. Okay. So you all, so who and all's going to the bar? So we have Tarsius. Who else? Larkspur's currently upstairs, recovering from his ritual.
What time is it right now?
It'll currently be it'll be going into twilight because you guys were essentially interviewing those two for like a couple of hours.
Oh, this is like basically just right after that.
Right after that, yes.
Okay. We took a bath after that, and then
Yep.
I'll probably be at the bar too, just
Okay.
drinking some tea.
All right, so some tea. Okay, Patience, what are we doing?
Where's Hawk at?
Good question. Where are you, Hawk?
Bouncing around.
On?
He. No, not at the moment. Thank you. He is probably like after he makes sure that Lark is as comfortable as Lark seems like he's gonna get. He'd come downstairs and he'd probably like ask Miss Una if she had a spare pair of pants, and then kind of just sat down for a few minutes.
All right.
Since this boy cannot prestidigitate himself clean. So
Hawk is running out of pants to have.
Hawk is like, every time, we're just gonna keep yakking on my pants. It's fine. It's fine.
Another question I have is it starting to get busy there?
Yeah, so it is currently in the twilight hours, so there's going to be a lot more company coming in, patrons entering into the tavern as they're taking seats at tables. You'll see some of the girls and other workers coming in and like kind of making their rounds, asking them if they'd like drinks, if they want some company. Some people will just kind of, politely decline as they're just looking for a meal for the evening. Roll me a perception.
Me?
Anybody who's in the bar.
Okay.
And Lark, whenever you have a chance, I'm going to have you roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be a 20.
He got
That's
a
two.
21.
Look at you.
Like a champ.
Bro.
26.
26 perception?
Yeah, because I rolled nat 20.
Goodness.
I got a 20.
17.
You got a 20?
Yep.
A whole 20. Okay, what'd you get,
20.
Hawk?
17.
17. Okay, and Cordelia.
I'm very busy with my tea. That's a 9.
You and your snakes are all focused in on that tea. So you're sitting there. You got
It's
your.
some good tea.
I will say, when you asked for tea, Una would have set you up with like you got your pot, you've got all your little like fixings, you got your little like cups, and you would be doing your little tea ceremony, making sure that it's just right, getting everything you need for it.
It's that fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the 3 makes sense. I think
Mhm.
if I knew it was that fancy already, probably would have. I choose to fail.
All right. So, all right, I'm going to start with Larkspur first. So, while everybody's at the bar, Tarsius, you would have, after explaining the essence of chalky milk to Miss Una, she'd be like, I have absolutely no clue what the hell that is,
Oh, it's
but that sounds real good. I want some. And she's going to, like, go behind the bar and she's going to start figuring out how to make chalky milk. And she's doing it, like, super fancy. Like, you've got, like... imagine it like almost like Turkish coffee, but inside the little bronze cup, it's gonna be chocolate. As she's just like heating it up and like getting like a nice hot cup of milk and like tempering it in, and
Like,
looks delicious.
God, that looks amazing.
It'll be like super thick.
It's gonna be it's gonna be like French style hot chocolate.
Nice.
It's gonna warm up my chest hair.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be served that, and it'll be the best goddamn hot chocolate you've ever had.
Yes.
Okay, so with Larkspur. So Lark, as you more or less passed out from your initial ritual with your new charge Olithand, you kind of come to and you find yourself in your bedroom again. So let me put you in your bedroom. And yes, Larkspur gets a bedroom because he's that special.
Lucky.
No other reason.
Uh-huh.
Whenever my computer wants to move it. That'd be great. Cool.
There we
All
go.
right.
Eventually.
Eventually we'll get there. All right. Put you right there. You will be over here. No? Okay, fine. Computer said we're not doing this today. That's fine. I don't need you. I'm gonna get my notes.
It's fine. You don't need this to work. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck you. Fuck it. Fuck the computer. Who needs it? I don't need it. We're gonna do theater of the mind. Fuck it. So, Lark, as you... It feels like for a moment you just closed your eyes for a second. Like you closed your eyes and then you opened them and now you're in your bedroom that, you know, was rented for you while we stayed in Termish. The room itself is very comfortable. The bed is it's like a full-size bed, good enough for, you know, 2 people because it's a brothel. And the one thing about this place that you've noticed is very consistent is specifically with the owner, Miss Una, is that everything about this brothel just rings spring eternal. Like everywhere you you know it's not the season for it, but everywhere you go, you see spring flowers like in vases and garlands, like on the rushes along the floor, just giving off this nice, very floral like scent to the tavern. And that's the first thing that basically comes to you when you wake up is just that perfumed aroma of flowers, because there are, you know, vases of flowers all through your room. Please roll 20. And
yeah, I was waiting for a map.
I know, I'm waiting for my map too. I'm struggling to get my map. Like, roll 20 just like froze.
Roll 20 is like, absolutely not.
Yeah, roll 20 went, not today, you're not.
What map for what?
Oh, now we're gonna move. Okay, let's do this, please. 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 Aha! Done. Hit it.
There we go.
Perfect. There we are. As you have control of your mini, you may move around the cabin as you desire. Just know that your exits are here, here, and here. Though I wouldn't recommend the windows because you are on the 2nd floor.
That's the wings, and that does not have an inflatable slide.
Yep. As
He'll
you
get
are
up.
within the... Yeah.
Yeah, he'll kind of like get up and just kind of like sit there for a second and just kind of like take a moment to breathe.
Yeah. And so explain how your ink works whenever it's written on your skin. What usually happens like while it's sitting on your body? Does it seep into your skin? Does it just kind of run off?
It kind of welts up.
Okay.
So like a little bit after it gets written on, like wherever it's been written kind of puffs up, so it looks like it's like scarred kind of. And then it
Okay.
gets just really itchy, and then when it gets actually like into the bloodstream, it's just like violent, not fun times.
Okay. So as you sit up, you feel like the pain rack your body as your joints are just stiff and locked up. And when you look down at yourself, you know, you're still, you know, your shirt's still off, you have, you know, your cords around you, but you see all of the writing that's like welted across your skin. And you see the name Olathan Cyanrath on your arm. That's the first thing he wrote. And then you also see a lot of like a lot of like, he started out with like some small things that he was writing, like, you know, I feel like I'm not good enough for our cause. I feel like I will never live up to Landragos's name. And other things like I had to like kill insert name in order to get to the position it was needed of me. I needed to, and it was like it's a lot of being told to do things in order to appease, you know, the group that he's with. and a lot of it having to hurt someone, having to make someone disappear, having to go into a village and raid it and take all of like the people that are able-bodied to be brought back and used for something. So it's a lot. A lot of these confessions are being complicit in the actions going on within this wizard tower.
Is there anything written that I can see that would be of use?
So if you go up to, because this is a full body mirror up across the room, so if you go up to the mirror to kind of like get a look at what's going on there, you will find a lot of writing across your kind of like your chest and your torso. That's where it gets a lot more concentrated on like actions within the tower. One of them being having to hold down a man while the wizards tried this form of... There's a word for it, and I have to remember the word real quick. That's not the book. This is my book. As well, Larkspur wouldn't know this word. This has been something that has been brought up before in the last arc. So, the practice that has been mentioned before is dragon flesh grafting, and that is taking the parts of a dragon and magically grafting it to a body of something that is not a dragon. And there's mention of it happening to a man, like written on your torso. Doesn't have a name, doesn't say anything about that person, but it just says that it happened to a man that he had to hold down, a human man. And how he felt like there was something wrong about it.
It's good to know.
Alright, let me roll a thing real quick. Okay. Another thing that's specifically mentioned that might be very worrying when you read it is one thing, and it sounds like a prank when it was written. It says, I'm sorry for tricking, and it just like says like a random name for tricking so and so, for choosing for going into the Tarsius room.
They have a Tarsius.
Huh.
Rude.
Wizards are wild, yo.
Yeah, he'll. Good.
Yeah, let's say, which if you would like to roll a history
Sure.
about that.
Proficient in history. Let's go.
Let's go.
15, 21.
So, obviously, everybody who lives on the material plane knows the name of this legendary creature known as the Tarsius. How there is only one in existence, and no one knows where or when it's going to strike. You don't know where it. You just know that it is massive, nearly 50 feet in height, nearly 70 feet long, large like spines, like large heavy armored spines across its body that makes it impossible to hit. And you know that it can devour whole cities and towns. So the idea that there might be a Tarsius within this wizard tower is really startling, because this is a legendary creature that is uncontrollable in nature and unpredictable, and to think that a group of, sweaty nerds in red robes just happen to have one. That's crazy. But at the same time, what if?
Mm,
How about a big fat no?
It's like, what? Tiamat, you thought that was the issue? Right. So that's more or less what makes up, and then like it just kind of like goes on about like a bunch of other things, and they kind of start to sound the same when he writes it. This dude had a lot of guilt on his shoulders.
he'll kind of peruse the room. Is there anything of use there?
So you'll see you just have, your stuff with you in your room. You have a writing desk here with a basin and like some like bowls and washcloth. You have like some pillows for lounging. There's a nice chase for, if you want to sit. The end table just has some like light reading material, which when you kind of like pick it up and skim it, it's not really anything useful, just entertainment of a certain variety.
Yeah. He'll go ahead and, if his stuff is there, he will get himself ready and he'll go downstairs.
All right, so as you join your party downstairs, you'll see that everybody is sitting at the bar in their usual spots, so you go to join them as Miss Una has just finished making the most delightful and richest looking, concoction for your Minotaur companion. As it just looks like it is just pure liquid chocolate in a cup. And he's just drinking it very happily.
Is that called like the milk mustache? But it's all chocolate.
Yeah. He's got a milk mustache. As everybody, you see first as Larkspur kind of stiffly like walks himself down the stairs and joins you at the bar.
Hello. You feeling okay?
Yeah, the better.
Do you want some chalky milk? I'm almost done with this one, but I can share it if you want. So, like,
I appreciate it, but I only drink water.
oh, I know it doesn't count, but there's water in it. No, there's not. There's absolutely no water inside of it.
I will pass.
The only water in that cup is the steam coming off of it.
Yeah. The condensation around. Okay.
I'll go find some water.
Did you do your religious practice? Is that why you all fainted and stuff? I don't know. I wasn't in the room. I didn't see it.
Yes, it's unfortunately just a common side effect. But I did learn some things.
Oh, okay. What did you learn?
I don't know if I can tell you with the whole, when people confess to things, the priest usually keeps it private, but
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
but they have a Tarrasque.
Yeah, I know what that is. Continues drinking because Tarsius doesn't know what the fuck that is. Yep. Sounds like a goat.
Would Hawk know what that is?
Roll me a history, Hawk.
As he's sitting there, like getting water.
It's like when you hear of a cryptid and you're like, yeah, I totally know what that is, and you just have no fucking clue.
I'll
15.
roll with,
I know of a Mothman.
I'll roll on this with the
Go
9
for it.
perception that I got, and I will just say, "Oh, that's nice."
There you go.
And I'm still like putting like a sugar cube and then mixing the tea and like.
She's like measuring her sugar cube out by the gram. Yes, patience.
Instead of rolling a history, can I use my sending stone and be like, "Hey, Dad, what's a Tarrasque?"
Sure, do that.
Oh God!
No, that's a good
Dad,
idea.
just curious.
Well, I'll roll to find out which one answers.
I think
Go
the
ahead,
answer would be very different depending on which dad answers.
Right.
So Sydney, what'd you get for your history?
15.
Yeah, that is a legendary titan that is known for destroying entire civilizations.
Mhm.
Like Hawk stopping dead, pouring a thing of water. Oh, what?
It's a goat.
No.
I learned
No,
it in history
that's-
class as a goat.
that is the toughest goat you would ever hope to meet, and the biggest one.
Yeah, they're like 6 feet tall or something.
Think closer to like 50.
Oh, that's a really big goat.
Yeah, it's a little prickly. But not nice.
Okay.
Yeah, Hawk will hand a glass of water to Lark. And just sit there. Awkwardly.
Alright, I will have so let's do it like this. Hey Lynn, what even or not? Even or odd?
Oh,
Odd, yeah, figured. So Cole will be even. So let's see what we get.
I can't decide who I woke picks up more.
So Patience, as you ask that question,
Mhm.
you just hear I want to say that I know sending stones don't work like this, but I want to say it's akin to that audio feedback you get when somebody like very frantically fumbles a phone and like grazes the microphone.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my vapor rub as my stone. What did you just say? What did you just say?
That's the one who answered.
You know what? It's fine.
No, Rosemary?
Tarsius is a goat.
Rosemary.
It's a very big goat.
It's not a goat. That is not a goat.
I have a textbook that says otherwise.
Yeah, Tarsius has a textbook. It's fine, Dad.
As you get as you hear the stone like get muffled again, and then you just hear a lot calmer. Just, I'm sure it's a goat.
It's fine.
Oh,
Totally fine.
Hey, Papa, it's fine. Dad even says it's a goat, and I trust what Dad says.
Like, it's not a, and it just cuts.
I think we're fine.
Bro, if we meet a
Man.
Tarrasque, I'm gonna boop it thinking it's a goat. Oh, boop.
Whew, all right.
Fox
This is why I
would be-
can't.
Fox
This
would
is
be
why
proud.
I can't bring like world-ending threats into my campaign because I have players that are just gonna be like, yeah, I'm booping it on the snoot.
I mean, Fox would already like, nope, I'm adopting it. That's gonna be my son.
That's my baby.
like we meet at Tarrasque. Hawk is like, I'm gonna roll patience
Name's
in Care's cloak and find a way to throw her through time and space back to where she's supposed to be.
Stuff her in the bag of holding for a minute.
No.
Here's a little straw.
Stranger can survive on it. It's fine. So
I need you to hold your breath.
Straight,
bringing it back.
magical straw.
yeah, he had a straw. Duh. So bringing it back because we got a lot to do today.
Yeah.
So Hawk, that's what you know what a Tarrasque is. That sounds very stressful as you are, pouring some water for Lark, and the pitcher just kind of like veers off to the side as you start spilling on the counter, and Miss Una just like slaps you with the fan, just be like, "I just got those polished."
Hawk's sitting there like, sorry, and then he's like, at least it wasn't my pants. Like,
Loses another pair of pants.
God.
Do you often wet your pants?
No, but you did throw up on them for the second time since I've known you.
My
And-
apologies.
It's fine. And these are clean, so some warning if you're feeling a little nauseated would be great. Do you need something to eat?
Just some bread, if that would be okay, miss. And he's going to look over at Miss Una.
Sure thing, Hung. Is there anything special that you're looking for? You want something like? I'll just get you bread.
Just bread, please. Thank you.
All right. Yep. Getting you the priest special. Just bread. and she'll come back with like a nice like slice of like nice like the standard tavern-esque hard bread that you get and you put your little slices of cheese on and all that stuff. She'll give you the bread and she'll give you like a little like nice like butter spread as well in case you want to use that as well.
He will not.
All right.
How much is it?
Hawk's gonna look at Lark if he reaches for his bag and be like, "Please don't."
Don't what?
You don't have to pay.
I can pay,
You don't have to pay.
but I can, so I will.
I consider it a donation to your, church or whatever.
Hawk goes,
Oh, stop! It's fine. I can pay, and he'll pull out his coin bag, and it's a a lot of coin.
One fucking lot of.
It's a good chunk.
Like that,
And
like you'll see his bag, and it looks like it's like ready to bust. All right, sure, I'll take it. Didn't mean to insult.
Hawk's gonna look at.
What are you paying her, Hawk? Or Lark, excuse me.
5 gold.
5 gold. Okay, that's a lot for bread, but sure.
Hawk is gonna look at her and be like, "So if I tell you next time that I'm personally offended that you won't allow me to pay, are you gonna let me pay?"
I don't give a shit what you're feeling. As she
Boom.
takes the 5 gold that
Right.
just like zoop disappears into the demiplane.
Fine.
Perfectly placed.
Perfectly placed. If you shake her, it's like a change bag. So
Jiggle, jiggle.
let's go back. Let's circle back around to our perceptions. As I'm gonna have Lark also roll a perception.
Are we rolling again?
Oh, Lark needs to roll a perception too, so that way I can get everybody. As Cordelia is in her zone, she has the perfect tea. It's perfectly balanced. You just have it set, and you're taking your first waft of the tea, and it smells delightful.
19.
19. Okay, so with that, that's pretty much. Let me scroll to my thing. All right. So tavern's getting fairly busy as it's coming into the evening hours, and you have patrons kind of like enjoying some nice meals, some nice company. Some of them are town locals, as you'll know them. Some of them are travelers. One conversation that you do pick up for everybody that didn't roll well a 9 is sorry, Jeremiah.
That me.
You will overhear this conversation from a nearby table, and when you look at the nearby table, you see this eclectic group of adventurers. One of them being this large red-skinned dragonborn who is just quietly leaning back against the booth of their table. Just has a longbow just kind of like propped to the side, like against his knee, as he just is passively listening. And the two that are in a heated conversation are the two humans. One of them kind of like a shorter man with kind of like choppy black hair and like just this very faintest like bit of a soul patch, as he's wearing kind of like leather armor with like it's kind of like swathed in like this like cloak, and then you every now and then, and for Tarsius, since you rolled a 26, fucking impressive, you'll see that this guy is very much fitting of a rogue archetype, as you see like belts that have like throwing daggers kind of like across like a bandolier in a way.
Okay.
And you see like a hand crossbow on his hip, as he's speaking very animatedly and like with his hands, and just very like, what's the word? There, like he's like very like whatever kind of thing, but like try like he's trying to like brush like off like the conversation. And the other one is a human sorcerer that has like this wild long red hair that just kind of like shaggy and falls to his shoulders, as he's just kind of wearing like these like reddish kind of robes, like red and gold and whatnot. And the rogue just is like, look, I hate to say, it sucks we had to leave Yarrow in that tomb, but the guy has like he swore an oath, all right? He swore an oath, and if he wanted to go down fighting then who was I to tell the big dude no? So it is what it is. You know, we got paid, we delivered the thing we needed to deliver, and we got a cleric out of it. So yeah, we could just look. We'll just take his mantle to his brotherhood, tell him what happened, tell him we're sorry, give them a couple of like, gold for their troubles and like their god or whatever, and then we just, do whatever next. Like this fucking cult dragon bullshit's making getting a job really hard right now. Like fucking dragons everywhere and fucking raids and shit. I can't do this anymore. And the sorcerer with like the long kind of like reddish hair. It's like, we lost a friend. Yarrow has been with us for well over 7 years together. 7 years. He was at your 3rd wedding. As the rogue is like, and I'm on to my 4th now. So, but I get it, okay? I get what you're saying, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, we'll pour one out for him, but shit. As the sorcerer is just very like sullen and very like upset by this. It's just like, yes, he was a paladin of Helm. He wanted to protect his friends, but hello. Dog barked. It's like, why can't you just admit that, you're hurt by this too? We lost a friend. He wasn't just our healer. Like, you cared about him too. And it's like, yeah, okay, I did, but, life goes on. We gotta keep making money. We gotta keep, doing these tomb raids. We need a healer. Luckily, we gotta... And it kind of like points to this half-elven individual that's wearing like these white and red robes, like very like, standard cleric look. As he has like this little like golden circlet, and he's just like sitting there with like this staff like in his lap, and it's like kind of like a golden staff, but bits of it are like tarnished here and there, and it kind of like twists into like this like hand at the end. As he's just like sitting there, just kind of like wringing it in his hands, as he says in a very Suspician accent, "My name is Mathis." It's like, yeah, whatever. Sure. Nice to meet you, by the way. You okay over there? You need water?
I actually was reaching for my water when I did that.
Good, okay. This is Larkspur's reminder to drink water.
Oh, yeah.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
So as you're all hearing this conversation going on, what are we doing?
Dropping.
Some massive side eye.
Okay, Lark gives massive side eye to the group.
Do I know who this is?
You can roll me a history, Lark.
Oh, okay. 22. 60.
Okay. You do recognize those robes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know this individual, but you know the very specific, robes and the very like specific robes that the clergy of the Church of Lathander in your hometown of Ober wears.
Great.
Okay. Anything else anyone's doing?
Hawk is sitting there like with as heated as this. Hawk is like, like it's a good thing. Like, I honestly don't know where Hawk is standing, but he is definitely not hiding that he's listening.
I mean, okay. So
He is hot.
Tarsius at the mind, like, am I supposed to say, like, congratulations? Because he's gonna get married soon.
Hawk like, no,
Oh, okay.
no,
Oh,
we don't know him.
oh, okay. I was just trying to be friendly.
I'll go like, but then he'll know you were eavesdropping, and then he'll
As
know
the
I was eavesdropping.
as the conversation just kind of like piddles around here, then it kind of swings back to the rogue's like whole marriage thing, and it's just as like the sorcerer is just like very heated about this whole thing, and okay, sorry as I'm getting messages that catch me completely off guard. Thank you. As like the conversation's just like very heated, where it's just like, yeah, okay, so it's like your fourth wife, but like out of like all of the women you slept with, which is what number now? You know, I kind of lost track after 163.
Oh. Tarsius is like, I mean, I slept with a lot of people at, like out loud, just like I slept with a lot of people at gentleman's school. Like it was my friend Tony, and then there was Steve, and then like all like his friends that he's like come over to his dorm room and just like play games all night, and we just like
Have slumber parties.
slumber parties. Yeah, like
Love that.
Yeah.
What was
All
that number?
Huh?
30.
What was the number?
163.
63.
Okay.
There you go. I got it backwards.
So
So I sent you.
you sent me a message. Oh god, now
No, I
everybody's.
sent Sydney a message.
Goodness, I was gonna say everybody's sending me messages. So as you're all listening to this piping hot tea,
So much tea.
Lark
What?
will kind of wander over.
well, as you all see Lark just kind of slide out of his stool and just walk over to the table. All right.
No, I won't do it. Okay, okay. It's fine.
No?
Just watching.
Cordelia, you're just enjoying some really lovely tea. You don't know what's wrong with Hawk's face, but like he's going through like an emotional journey.
Patience just looking around, and it's just like, and I feel like I'm too young for this conversation.
Talk like that's because you are.
Okay. She'll look over at Hawk and just be like, so what do children do for fun in town?
I wasn't allowed to have fun, so
Wow.
Well, that sucks, and that sounds very depressing.
I mean, did you meet my dad?
No, it's understandable.
My sister and I used to enjoy going to work with our mom. I don't know that I could send you to. Well, they're probably closing.
Is there a place I can go and meditate with nature and stuff? And I also want to, and she'll just heft up, like, grin. Just, like, I also want to take him out and about.
As you heft up the dragon, it just makes a little noise.
That's what Henry does every time I try to pick him up and go.
Yep.
Wheeze.
It's like suddenly the dog's carrying the weight of the world.
I mean, I think that there's. He's gonna look at Miss Una and be like, "Are there still gardens here or no?"
Well, I mean, like, whose garden specifically?
No, I mean, like, she wants to go, like, meditate, and, like,
Well,
the dragon.
well, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of upkeep lately, so. I mean, there's the abandoned church area. Usually people don't go there. It's like
You want me to
nice
send
and.
a child to an abandoned church.
I mean, are you gonna chaperone her like a responsible adult?
Yes.
Need a babysitter.
Unfortunately, your father thinks otherwise, and that was the term and condition of me being, of my.
I don't need a babysitter.
Like, honey, in all fairness, honey, a Periton would snatch you right up.
A what?
Exactly.
So you've seen a deer, right?
Yeah, my papa can turn into one.
Right, so imagine something a little bit, a deer, but bigger, and it's got wings, and it's meaner than sin.
Kicker.
Mean have been snatched up by a dragon, but
Well, there's also that kind of rolling around here. You probably don't want to attract his attention.
And then there's that.
Oh, I'm sure it's
You'll look
fine. You...
over at Hawk and just give like the biggest puppy dog eyes.
Roll for puppy dog eyes.
Oh God. How
So
do
what
I
would be
counter that?
Persuasion.
I will let that be up to you, because that is your character.
So
Yeah, roll me persuasion. It's up to Hawk if it's a thing he wants to do.
18.
There's some really good puppy dog eyes. Like, she almost looks innocent.
Almost.
We're gonna make a charisma save.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fail. That is a fail.
So, everybody know that puppy dog eyes are Hawk's weakness.
Right. Hawk's gonna sit there and be like, I'm gonna fucking regret this. Fine. But you can go directly there, and you come correctly back.
Okay.
The dragon stays with you.
Okay.
I feel like we should have like a signal or code word, like if you're in distress. You can send messages, or
Yeah.
so. Okay, cool. So, like, please don't do anything.
The code word is buttons.
Buttons.
Yes.
Okay. Please be back here before it gets dark.
Okay. How long would
Head home when the street light comes on.
Okay. Okay. When they light
People,
the lamp.
because like Hawk's like, people go missing at night. Be back here before it's dark, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I went missing. Still trying to figure that out.
Well, I can also cast haste. I can also cast fly. I can do.
Honey, the longer you sit here and talk about all the things you can do, them streetlights are going to be on.
Okay, yeah, and she's just gonna heft Ren over her shoulder and just.
Ah.
And I'll be back before dark.
Thank you.
All right, so as you will head out. Anybody else doing anything? Tarsius, Cordelia?
Eavesdropping.
Okay, so you're eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Hawk, is there anything specific you're doing before I go to Lark?
If Hawk noticed that after that little exchange with Patience that Lark is like, did Lark walk over there very purposefully, or did he just kind of like drift over there? Like,
With a purpose.
okay.
So you would have, as you're talking to Patience, and then you like get straightened back up to go turn to talk to Lark, you see his space is empty. And you just look for him, and then you see him walking with a purpose to
Like,
the table.
Where's the fire? So yeah, he'll sit there and he'll start to walk after, and then kind of hesitate for a second and be like, "What's about to happen?"
All right. So if everyone's intent is to eavesdrop,
You said Patience left.
yes,
Left.
yeah, like she left the
Yes.
building.
Because basically, I don't know what the timeline would be. Is basically Cordelia's drinking her tea, and finally took the last sip, put the teacup down, sigh in a big relief, go like, "Ah, best tea ever." And then she looked around, like, "Where's everybody go?"
Aw.
I don't know
That
if-
sounds some good
I don't
tea.
know
I wish I could be blissed out on tea like that.
I don't
Same.
know if by this time Patience already left and she didn't see him walked out. Because
Roll me another perception as you're
Okay.
since you're
But
finishing your
it's-
tea.
if she see Patience walking out on her own, she was like, "No, you're not." Oh, that's a high one. That's a 25.
All right. I mean, you see her. You'll hear Gren first as she hefts them over her shoulder, and he just makes that noise
I was like, "Where are you going?"
as she starts walking to the door.
I'm gonna go meditate.
Okay. And then she'll just grab her stuff and walk behind her.
I don't need a babysitter.
You're a baby. Keep walking. Don't worry. I won't disturb your meditation. I understand meditation. I will be at least 5 to 10 feet away, just looking out for you. We did promise your dads.
She's gonna try the puppy dog.
I was about to
Oh
ask.
my god. On Cordelia.
When you do that, Cordelia is gonna kneel down, and then her snakes will do puppy dog eyes in front of you, and then I will look at you on a straight face and will like, that doesn't work on me. But my snakes are trying to be cute in front of you.
Damn.
Those are some really cute snakes.
Damn.
Like I said, I will be not too far, but far enough for you to be able to meditate on your own.
I mean, if you want those snakes to look really cute, you should just have them yawn.
Oh,
Right?
yawning snakes look
All of them, all
adorable.
27 of
I
them.
saw a video of a boa yawning, and it was so precious.
Yes, perfect. All right. So Cordelia is following patients out. Tarsius is eavesdropping. Hawk is eavesdropping.
Hawk is eavesdropping, standing in the middle of the bar.
If you allow me, when we get
Okay.
to the location, I want to roll stealth if patients can see me.
Okay, we will do that when we get back to you. All right.
Yeah, this is me like trying to let her know that I'm still there, but
You're sneaky.
you won't notice that I'm still there.
All right. So, Hawk, as you're kind of standing in the middle of the room, you're going to feel a fan kind of tip you on the elbow, like a little pap on the elbow, as Miss Una kind of stands like about waist high to you. And she's just like, "Hun, you're a better door than a window."
I think I'm more of a classical painting. He's not even like really looking away from what's about to happen.
All right, so
Alien.
Look all you'd like.
So, Lark, as you approach the table, the party of adventurers are going to look up as they see you approach, and they'll just kind of like regard you warily. As the rogue just kind of like quirks a brow, and it's just like, "Yeah, can we help you? You need something?"
Oh, I apologize for interrupting, but I noticed that there is a cleric here.
Yeah, we have one of those.
He's gonna look at the cleric.
Okay. The cleric looks. Roll me an insight.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. You notice that when you say you have a cleric, he starts to look very, like his shoulders just kind of like scrunch up a little tense, as he kind of like looks down at his knees first before looking up to you and gives like this very like tight smile, and it's just like, is there something I can help you with?
No, I just noticed your accent.
As I notice yours.
We'll just kind of give like a smile. Ah, we are from the same place then, no?
Same country, I would say.
Smile and just kind of give him a nod.
So, what brings you out here?
I am with my own adventuring party, you could say.
Ah, I see. So he just kind of sits there very stiffly.
Do you want to step outside for a moment and just have a chat? You know, two men of the cloth just chatting.
roll me a persuasion.
Hell yeah. Non-nat 20.
Oh, all right. Let me roll a thing. Okay. I suppose some fresh air from would be nice. So he kind of looks like a little. He looks very like uncomfortably around the the brothel, as he just kind of like stands up, kind of like takes his staff in hand and looks to his party. I will be just a moment, and he will.
Like give like a friendly gesture.
Okay. So he will, follow your lead and walk outside. As Hawk, you watch as it looks like Lark is having a conversation with a fellow Suspician. Just like, I noticed you're from Suspect too. Hey, nice, cool. Let's go talk outside.
Club I can't be in.
All right. So, where are we going, Lark?
Is there like a place to talk privately?
So, let me switch the map once again. Pray for me. I'll put everyone on this map. Alright. So. Alright, where'd I put you, yahoos? There you are. Alright. So let me try to grab everyone. Alright, so Patience and Cordelia are heading out. Tarsius and Hawk are... Tarsius is sitting at the bar. As Tarsius, you would have seen the same interaction happen where Hawk talks. Was like, oh, I see, you're a fellow cleric. Oh, me too. Nice, okay. And then they go outside. So, you will know that there is... So, Una's brothel is more or less kind of gated. The front gate's always open, so people are just traveling to and from. There is kind of like a small wooded area behind the brothel itself. There's also like a series of like kind of like sparse woods here and there, kind of around Benatuan.
Back here.
Okay.
Walking back here. Just hanging out the tree line.
All right, so you walk around the property, hang out by the tree line.
Yeah. Can't get that far.
As he just kind of finds a kind of like a spot against the like a fence post, just kind of like up near the tree line, and just kind of like sits on it as he kind of holds his staff in his hands, and just kind of like looks around and then looks at you. Just, so you are adventuring as well?
Yes. I just recently joined up. I overheard that you might have too.
Yes, they my party has just picked me up from our last location.
Oh, where was that?
It's a small little place, kind of middle of nowhere.
What are you doing out of Suspect?
I've been, I figured I would travel with them for a bit until I, find a good place to branch off and make my own journey.
I'm surprised that the church back there let you do that.
He kind of like, tilts his head a little skeptically. Why would you say that?
We both know how some churches can be.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Surely every church is different.
What is your church? Where
As
do you
he'll
come from?
So he'll put his hand to his chest, and you'll see like the very familiar golden amulet of amulet of Lathander, which is this kind of like gold circlet that has like a line through it, and then you'll see what looks to be like a rising sun cresting the horizon.
I'm familiar with that church.
Of course, it's a
DM.
pretty fairly common. What? What's
I
up?
said, DM, am I familiar with that church? Is it the
You're-
one I'm thinking? Okay.
Well, I would say yes. From where you're from, that was pretty much the main practice.
Got it. Okay.
It's like I am a Dawnbringer of Lathander.
Where in Suspect are you from?
I come from, like I said, I come from small, middle of nowhere kind of place.
I see. Did you say he has like really flashy robes?
Yeah, his robes are pretty flat. Like they're pretty like nice. They're clean. They're very like good quality. Like very good quality like fabric. Like it's not silk because that's ostentatious as hell. But you will see like
it.
kind of like silk. Just going to say that silk, wearing all silk is just a little ostentatious. So, it's like a nice, like very fine quality like cotton, and like there will be like some embellishments of like gold kind of like trimming along like his capelet and such.
Okay.
And his circlet is also made of gold. Actually, here, let me give you his. Let me give you his token that I have.
Give me a token.
There you go. Wait, get on the map. Come on. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
There it is.
There he is. See.
Okay. Yes, I see. One of the smaller towns then, yes? The villages?
Yes.
Mm.
Precisely.
I see. He's gonna like be rolling up his sleeves, and he's going to kind of show off the ropes that are on his arm, and he's just gonna start untying it, just as he's kind of pacing around.
So you never said what is your practice? I spoke of mine. Might as well show me yours.
I am a priest of Ilmeter from Ober. Are you familiar with the place?
Might have heard of it.
It's a pretty interesting town. A lot of ruffians.
Yes, that is what I hear.
You know, when I was younger, I kind of used to run with the ruffians, the gangs and whatnot.
And
Some say it doesn't leave you.
But I see you've turned your ways and, became a man of the cloth.
Absolutely. Best way to help yourself is to help others, no?
I've never quite heard it like that, but I suppose there's some truth to it.
And as he's like talking, he's gonna be like circling around, kind of like looking at his robes.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna be like, hop down from that fence. Can I see your robes?
And he will do that. He'll just kind of like hop down and just like kind of like, just kind of like hold out his hands just to like let you look, and just it's a little flashy, but it's our, it's the uniform of our clergy.
Very flashy. Mine's all tattered and worn, and he's gonna be walking around towards the back of the guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to take his rope and immediately strangle him.
Okay, so roll me a stealth, and I'm gonna roll his perception.
Hell yeah.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué?
Oh my god.
He's actually proficient in stealth.
Oh, fantastic!
22.
Yeah, he rolled a 6, so
Cutting off any noise.
All right, so you wrap your
Using
rope.
his ropes as a garrote.
All right, so yeah, you keep your hand at the level of your eye.
Uh,
So you wrap that rope around his neck, and he does not see it coming whatsoever. Like you hear him like choke out, and like the sound's just like cut off as you just like pull it tight to like make sure he doesn't scream out.
Cool.
As you,
He's going
as-
to. Yeah, go ahead. Good.
Yeah, he's gonna start like trying to like. I'm gonna have you roll me a grapple actually, and I'm gonna have to roll a contesting because he's going to be fighting back.
That's fine. What's the grapple?
It'll be either acrobatics or athletics. Holy fucking shit!
19.
He rolled a 7.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So as he's like
as
flailing
he's
his arms,
flailing-
yeah. Go ahead.
Cool. I imagine he has his arms up trying to get the thing off of his neck.
Yeah, his
Okay.
he's like struggling to like pull the rope, but you have it like fastened tight, and like his he's like trying to like dig his nails into it, but like it's like just causing his like fingers to go raw from like the rope, like the friction of the rope.
Cool. He's going to kind of lean into the guy's ear and say, "Did your church tell you about me?"
Is he's choking for air, like he can't, like he's like a fish out of water.
Tell me, do you recognize who I am?
He's
He'll loosen it a bit. It's like
Okay.
a talk.
okay. Because like he's trying to
If he
like
screams,
pull.
he's gonna choke it immediately.
Okay. But you release the rope, and like his voice is very hoarse as he's like trying to like turn to look at you as he like wraps his fingers around the rope, as he's like, "What are you doing?
Do you know who I am?
What are you talking about?
Say my name.
I don't
Pronounced daddy.
Say it, and he's gonna tighten it further.
Okay.
God.
He's just like he's like just like stammering and choking, and like he's like very confused.
I read this rope.
He's gonna
once.
keep saying like, say my name.
As he's gonna be choking out. I don't know. I don't know you.
You do.
Who are you?
Say my name.
Please just stop. Mercy.
When he says that, he's going to kind of give a very toothy smile where his like fangs show. He's going to reach into his pouch and pull out his inkwell and force the man to drink the whole thing.
Oh my fucking god.
All right.
And y'all thought my character was the one you had to worry about. Jeez.
Let me roll his con save. This man never stood a chance. Everything I've rolled for him has been under a 10. So he rolled a 3.
Cool. As soon as he gets done drinking it, Lark's gonna tighten the thing a little bit further so he can't scream, and then just kind of lower him to the ground as he falls.
Right.
Very
so,
quietly.
Yep. So as you tighten it and you feel his body like stiffen and like he chokes and you see like the vibrant like dribble of like ink go down his lips as his lips start to turn blue as well, and just you watch as the effects of the poison just like slowly overtake him in the next like 10 to 15 minutes as he just locks up gasping and eventually just like falls over, just choking and frothing, like eyes just completely bloodshot, like face flushed, skin fevered, and he's dead.
Cool. Until I'm trying to see if he has a thing. Okay.
Right.
he will then take the next couple of minutes to go
All right.
drag that man out into the woods,
Right.
and then he'll just leave him there
Right. Are you gonna look through
once
any
he's
of
like
his
thrown
things?
up out.
Because he
will.
has all his
He's-
things on him. He's got his staff. He's got just
he'll take the staff with him,
Okay.
like with the body.
Okay.
But he'll look and see if there's anything of interest on him.
Okay. Roll me an investigation.
Investigation. 18.
18. All right. So, as you kind of drag him out into the woods, the first thing that happens when you grab onto his staff is like you feel this like the like that magic kind of like this might date us a lot. But you know that feeling that you used to have when you would put your hand on the TV and feel that little static, like back when like TVs
Yes.
were like tubes. So that's the feeling you get when you
Yep.
touch the staff, and that's how you know that there's magic. So the staff is magic. You kind of like as you set it to the side and you start to go through his things. He has like his travel bag on him, and when you lift the travel bag, you feel that it is very heavy. As you kind of like pull like this small chest out of it, and you open like the chest is just like clasped shut with like just like a basic like lock, and he has the key on him obviously. So when you open it, you see that it is filled to the top, stacked very neatly with platinum. And if you do take the time to count out all this platinum, it's equivalent to about 30,000 gold.
My God.
Holy shit.
You have his holy symbol of Lathander. There is a gold, I don't know how to pronounce this, aspergillum. You know, the thing that the priests carry that has the ball on the end with the holes, and you shake it and the holy
the
water comes
incense?
out.
Yeah.
No, it's the
okay.
holy water thing.
Got it.
So he has one of those, and when you kind of open it, you see that it can hold up to 5 vials of holy water. There is this kind of like this clay jar as well in his effects. That when you open it, you smell it. It smells like a medicinal ointment, and it is technically a restorative ointment. Yeah, he has 2 potions of greater healing as well, kind of like tucked and wrapped safely in some cloth so that they don't break. There is a amulet of health also.
God damn.
And another thing that you find is a letter sealed with the same symbol of Lathander. And when you look at the letter, you see that it is addressed to Severin.
Oh, take that.
Okay.
He will leave the money.
Okay, so you leave the money in the woods. Cool.
He puts
What?
everything back the way it needs to be.
Okay.
He wants to make it look like. Is there anything behind the woods?
It's just woods, like straight woods.
Okay. Yeah, he'll leave everything. He obviously takes his rope back, puts that on his
Okay.
arm. He will take the letter, but he'll
Alright.
leave everything else as it was.
All right. So in case you guys go wandering in the woods, there's a body in the woods that has like some really cool like magical eyes.
A lot of fucking
If he
money.
tells you about it.
If he tells.
No metagaming here.
No, yeah, that's true.
There's
We'll
nothing
go
to
take a
stop us
shit
from
in
being
the
like, where's
woods
your
now."
friend?
I think I left something in the woods.
Oh, crazy.
It's called a
Okay.
staff,
Okay,
and
okay, but can we all like not ignore the fact that Hawk or any of us
Yeah,
can
he
just
went
walk
out
up and be
with
like, hey,
friend.
where was your friend?
yeah.
He's gonna come back into the brothel.
All right, so you walk back into the brothel. Put this guy out in the woods.
This guy, the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
Fucking.
So Larkspur walks back in. He's, cool as a cucumber.
looks at him
Hawk
and then
sits there, looks at him
completely.
and looks behind him.
Muddy's dropping. Muddy's dropping.
He'll walk over to the party, the other
Mhm.
party, and I guess he'll address the rogue since that was the loudest one.
Yeah, he very much is.
I believe your priest is not cut out for adventuring. He took off.
What? Actually, roll me a
He said
deception.
he. Yeah.
Roll me a deception.
He is also proficient in deception. 23.
Love that criminal background. All right, yeah.
I know. Yes, he just left town. He just, we're priests. We talk to each other about things, and it's just he wasn't the thing he wanted to do with his life, if you understand.
They kind of like look at each other in disbelief. The Dragonborn just kind of like is just watching. He just shrugs his shoulders. Like, let's be.
Oh my god.
I mean, let's be real, Keith. You're probably gonna run him off anyway.
Keith.
Fucking Keith.
Keith.
Fucking Keith.
Oh,
Fucking Keith.
I could tell when I first approached that he seemed very timid. Some
That's
people are just not made for this kind of work.
That's the rogue's just like, so you just spooked our healer into leaving?
I did not spook. I simply listened to what he had to say, and he left on his own accord.
So they're just kind of sitting there and like, it's like, man, this fucking sucks. It's like, damn.
I am sorry about your loss.
And he took the staff with him? Fucker. That rat bastard.
Son of a bitch.
It's like, we lost a friend in that tomb getting that fucking thing. Yeah, fuck him.
I don't think it was malicious or anything. But if any of you need healing, I'd be happy to oblige.
They just kind of look at you and like the rogue is like too pissed off to even talk anymore. He's just like, man, fuck, whatever. And he just goes back to his drink. Like, staff's gonna be a lot of fucking money. So,
Lark will just kind of shrug and nod
Yeah,
at
well.
them, like a good day, and then he'll kind of return back to his water and bread.
all right. So, Tarsius and Hockey will hear as Lark announces to the party, oh, their cleric just flew the coop. That sucks. And he goes back to his water and bread, and he's very content in enjoying his meal.
Look towards Lark. So he just left?
Mm.
Okay. That's weird.
Kind of where there's not much around here to go. Hope he doesn't run across any dragons. Will suck.
It's really difficult to eavesdrop and not have chalky milk in your thing because you need to pretend to drink it, but then you really want some. But then, like, you're supposed to be drinking it, and then, like, it's a whole dilemma. Can I have more, please?
Yeah, whatever you want, hon.
Thank you.
You're such a sweet boy. She just
Oh.
kind of like gives your head a pat.
Oh, thank you. I'd probably, like, lower my head so she can give a pat.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. So she's like, so are you guys planning to sit here till you grow mold, or
Wait,
you have
not again.
plan?
Start lifting my fur.
Sorry, I'm going through the 5 stages of grief.
You didn't even know the guy.
I'm sitting here like I'm so shocked.
I'm shocked and aroused at the same time. Like, I can't even.
Wait, I said this to me like, why did my dick disc twitch? Why did... Okay.
Banned. Get out. You're done with my game.
Wait, I need to add a counter.
Oh, Lord.
So,
You're muted. Sorry.
you're muted.
Sorry. So
Okay.
sorry.
I don't even know how I did that. Okay. I don't
Pure
remember.
shock. Pure shock.
Shit.
Okay.
So as you said, your dick twitched.
We're gonna people going missing, talking people around town about anything else that's like weird going on. We're looking for a place. Hawk does not want to like give all of this away sitting in the middle of the bar. Especially not with another adventuring party of they don't know sitting around. Let's see if anybody's heard anything.
Like, oh, hon, don't mind them. They smell like death anyway.
Oh, well. That's nice. And I have a question, but it's not on my notes. Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna walk to town and see what gossip has come through about what's going on in the area, and see if anyone's noticed anything odd. Are there any rangers of repute in town? Or
Irian swings in from a vine.
I've been here the whole time.
God.
The bad.
you think he'd have
puns.
followed Patience in Cordelia?
It's more like whatever druid is throwing him out of a tree.
Ah.
Right.
Did you guys see a dead body back here?
Man, I
So
found
weird.
this staff.
He's got a shit ton of money.
Like, look at all this gold. I'm rich.
Look at all this shit. Crazy. So,
He's like, I'm gonna get all my grandkids are going to college. Ranger. Just
Right.
I mean, I figure if they're out and about, they're probably the ones that see the most of what's going on. A little
Yes.
further.
yes, Miss Una is
East of
just
here.
like in the midst of like just like kind of twirling her hair around her finger. She thinks she's just like, I mean, well, I don't know if he's a ranger. I mean, he carries a bow and he says he's like a huntsman, but he seems like a nice enough gentleman. Miss Helene's, you know. Wait, do you know? I gotta know. Do you know about him?
It was mentioned in passing. I don't think I knew that he was a ranger. But
Yeah, he just kind of
He
comes
did-
and goes. He kind of drops off. Like he's like, you know, he does like. I guess he says he does like game control or something.
game control.
You know, make sure that nothing too difficult is trying to make its way into civilized areas and yada yada yada.
Fair. So he'd know if anything's amiss. Is he in? Well, Helene had flowers.
He might be in town.
If he's not haunting your lovely establishment, I can't imagine where he is.
Well, I suppose he's at the local competition.
And Hawk's like, and as well he should be if he's courting my sister. He's like, actually, better not fucking be at this brothel. May have to pay a visit to Pav. Then I guess we're gonna do some of that here soon-ish. He's gonna look at Tarsius and Lark and be like, anybody want to go on a field trip?
Okay.
What?
Huh?
For what?
Information about the surrounding areas and see if anybody's can point us or give us a little more direction on where to find the tower.
Which, Lark, if you recall, in your initial encounter with the dragon, when the dragon was retreating, you saw it heading southeast.
Okay,
Nothing.
go relay that information, but yes.
Yeah.
Sure, I will tag along.
Cool. Hawk will look at Una and be like, if... Cordelia's with her, but when they come back, if we're not back, we'll let them know where we are.
Right,
Please.
sure thing.
Don't let the little one look at you all weird. I don't know how that works. The eyes got real round.
Oh, I make sure to teach my girls that for tips.
Always tip your
Hawk is
waitress.
gonna sit there and be like, light bulb. Great, okay. He'll look at Lark and be like, are you ready now, or would you like a few more minutes to eat your bread and water? Are you feeling okay? You're just eating bread and water? Is your stomach good?
What I always eat.
Just bread and water?
I do not indulge in pleasures like the fancy foods and wines and whatnots.
Bruh.
So, okay. But like...
Wait, are you
That's
from?
like the saddest. That's like the saddest thing about him.
Are you from one of those like religious orders that you have to like drink from a straw because you're afraid that any of the micro critters in the water can get like hurt when you're drinking? Because I read about them. They're like really fascinating.
I don't need to know about micro critters in my water. I really don't.
Oh, they're like everywhere. They're like on your face. They're like on everything.
Look, if you're drinking tap water in Texas, we already know there's micro critters everywhere.
And I do. YOLO.
No, I'm not from one of those orders. I just choose not to.
Okay. I understand.
How do you get all of the nutrients you need to survive from bread?
It's not just bread, it's just plain foods.
So you can have simple, like, meat, vegetables, just not extravagant food?
Yes, like raw foods, I guess. Cooked, but you understand. Not seasoned, not any special.
What?
Gotcha.
Like, what about pepper?
Vic's over there like white people. Food.
No, Hawk's like, you can't even salt it.
What about
No
pepper?
salt, no
Okay.
pepper.
Wait. Okay.
There is the
okay.
devil.
Okay.
Can
wait.
you
Wait.
eat a pepper?
So, like, I assume we're doing this as we're walking, right? Like, okay.
Yeah, let's walk
Yeah.
and talk. Walk
So-
and talk.
so-
I'm just saying, I'd like to see him eat a raw peppercorn.
So, like, okay. So,
Ow.
like, habaneros, right? Like, they're just veggies, but you can put them in there and it tastes real good. Or you can get some lime. Limes are just fruits, and you can just spray that that honky in there, and it tastes great. Make a sandwich.
Yeah. Need to eat your limes.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of different. I have a delicate palate for vegetables, and there are a plethora of them that can enhance your food. If you want, my uncle can make you some good food that is not anything out of the ordinary. It's just what you would cook, what you would eat in the same manner, just maybe a little bit arranged differently. And I think you would enjoy it. Unless your whole thing is not to enjoy food, because that's depressing.
It is to not enjoy food, yes.
I was about to say, is it the food is fuel, not...
Okay.
Precisely.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I need a lot of fuel, so I'm going to keep on eating. But I would love.
As you should.
I would love to hear more about yourself because I'm trying. So I'm becoming a wizard now, and my friend Ferris, she's a paladin or a cleric or something. I don't know. We really don't discuss like her work that much, but like I want her to teach me some of her holy stuff. And then like I had another friend who was teaching me some cleric-y stuff or paladin stuff, but it then didn't work out because like he had to do like some dippity stuff because he's like a sheriff. And so if there's anything you can teach me on how to be a better, gooder person, I would very much like to learn. Please and thank you.
How are you with tying knots?
I have very, how does Cordelia say? I have sausage fingers.
One time, Uncle Dis, while you were on the ship looking for something to do, he just handed you a piece of rope and just went, go nuts. You never figured it out, but like, it was very exciting.
Yeah.
Jump rope with it.
I can make many different exercises with it.
Lark just nods.
He uses the rope as resistance bands. Just
Yeah. Oh, broke another one. No, it's stronger.
all right. So as you guys are walking and talking, heading towards the halflings halfway in.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Ba-da-ba-bum. Let's go to the ladies. So, Patience and Cordelia. So, Patience, you were heading out in which direction?
Whatever direction they told me that this overgrown garden is. That's where
So that'll be over yonder. I'll put you guys over here. So it's a little, kind of like a dilapidated, like, church. Nothing dangerous about it. Just, it's a little rundown, and it's just mostly, like, reclaimed by nature. Like, a lot of, like, kind of like a lot of, like, the local plant life's just, like, vining around the building, kind of making the church more plant than actual building itself, as you've got trees kind of like growing out through like different columns as like supports, and then you've got like a bunch of like there's not really any flowers because it's coming up on the winter months, so
Yeah.
that the only way that that it's winter in Termish is if there's no flowers. Everything else just kind of stays the same. The grass just gets a little brown, and then it just goes back to green in like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and then I know Cordelia said she wanted to roll stealths to prove to Patience that she was going to be out of sight, out of mind, but still keeping an eye on her.
Yeah. Can I roll to see if I can see Cordelia?
Sure, roll me a perception. That'll have to contest with her stealth.
I'm just wanting to say, if your max perception is over 30, then you don't see me.
No, it's not. That's okay. I rolled a 5, so
Yeah, I rolled a 30.
wow.
So, as you kind of like look around this area, and it really helps that Cordelia is pretty much head to toe dressed in green, so like she just blends in very easily. Like she'll just disappear.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, she's gonna look around. She's gonna be like, I don't like that. I don't like that. She just states it out loud. I don't like it when you do that. Nah.
I'll throw a pebble and then move to a different
Change
location.
the music. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Patience is gonna look back down towards Gren, and it's just like, okay, buddy. And she's gonna just switch and start talking to him in Draconic. Yeah, it's like, you're still a baby. I don't know if you can use your breath at all yet. Probably not.
Just kind of like
also
tilts his head.
my intention is to be like a bodyguard and just look around and see threats or whatnot.
All right, roll me a perception.
In case.
You hear a man getting strangled in the wood? No.
Oh, okay. Let me look over there. Real
Oh,
quick.
wait, wow! Look at all this fucking no.
That's the 18.
I
for perception.
love character. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I was looking for. Anyway, what'd you roll?
What was it?
18 for perception.
So, I mean, it's very lush. It's very, very nice. As you're kind of like, so I'll say like Patience is kind of like more in like the main building of the church. You're just kind of like skirting around the edges as you kind of like walk past. You're just kind of like admiring like how quiet this area is.
Okay.
And right as you pass by this one kind of cluster of bushes, you see a green face just kind of like push out, like like in Jurassic Park where he was like looking for the raptor and then it pushes out of the bush. You see that, but you see a half orc face just today.
Wait, the half orc sees me?
Yes, he does.
That will
as
actually
he's looking right at you through the bush.
That's also what he saw. Like, you see me?
I see everything around here.
Huh. I need more training. What are you doing here?
Really, you're tramping around everywhere, making all this noise. As you were like perfectly quiet, by the way.
What are you doing in
Come on,
the bush?
quit locking them knees, and he just like takes like a stick and he like taps the back of your knees.
I was like, okay. What are you doing in the bush?
As he'll stand up, and you'll see that it's Eustace, the old half orc fella that you guys pulled out of a box with Helene and Una.
Oh,
As he kind of like brushes himself off, kind of takes the stick and he just kind of like props it against himself, like an army like sergeant baton. She just kind of like stands up straight. Well, right now I'm on patrol, looking around for anything suspicious.
okay. You see anything?
Well, I see you. I see that, and I see that, and he like points over to Patience's dragon.
She's just trying to. What the? How can I say this? Pray. So. I'm just keeping an eye on her.
He like points his stick, and it's just like, you have any idea what that is right there?
Lizard? A baby.
That there's a baby dragon, if I ever seen one.
All I see is a baby.
You know what happens to those baby dragons? Those baby dragons get big, and they get bigger. And the next thing you know, and he kind of like waves his stick at the sky, you got that big blue bastard just flying around.
Well,
Like a
when it
raging
was like-
dickhead.
I will look immediately, like kind of alert, because when I guess when he pointed like to a direction, like you get
just
that
like-
right there. Or like I'm gonna look like what?
Where?
Where's this bastard?
She's just kind of like, and like as you're kind of like taking in this half orc dude, he's like very like, this dude's old as hell. Like, if you had to put him, if you had to put him at an age, he might be somewhere, some 100 years younger than Fox, because Fox is like the oldest thing known to mankind. So
Okay.
it'd be like you have Fox, you have the concept of time itself, and then you have Eustace.
Okay. So he's that old. He's
Mhm.
almost the concept.
Like this dude's like, he's trying to stand straight, but he's got like that old man stoop, as he's got like one hand behind his back, as he's like kind of like looking. He's like kind of slowly takes the stick and starts using it to like rest his hand on as a cane.
Well, I gotta say, you're very perceptive.
You gotta be.
Not a lot of people can see me when I'm moving quietly.
I was front of the line vanguard for the Royal Army here in Termish. You gotta be sharp as a whip. You gotta be as fast as a whippet. You gotta be good, is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think you're just good. I think you're great.
I'm the best.
How tall is he?
He's fairly tall, but it's just that he's like stooped down, so he's like his
Yeah.
head's like at your height.
5'2".
Yeah. Yes, patience.
I was gonna say, while that's going on, Patience is still like talking to Grin. And is there like a log or something like that around?
I'd say there's like a log or something, like a fallen tree.
Yeah, she's literally gonna point to the tree, and it's like, okay, so this is like how you do your dragon's breath, and she is actually going to cast the spell Dragon's Breath,
Okay.
and she is going to spit out a 15-foot cone, and I can pick what element. So, sense.
There you go.
Potted
Yeah.
plant.
You gotta roll though.
I know. 18. So no.
Ooh.
And just literally like, see that? That's what you can do. And
Roll
then
me
she-
animal handling.
Oh god. What is my animal handling? Okay, it's not bad. Not bad. That's not bad. That's it. Wait. I can't freaking count. 16.
16?
Yes.
Alright. Roll me for his intelligence.
Just roll a straight intelligence?
You do you have his stats or no?
I do.
Alright, so just roll an intelligence for
Let me
him.
pull up his. Oh, that's great. It's gonna be fun. I need dice to actually like put towards for Gren.
Have fun.
Alright, here. Ooh! Okay, 17.
17. Alright.
He has
So
a -1 to his intelligence.
God bless him. So you pretty much like, you know, your instructions are very clear enough, and like he watches you do it, and then he kind of like squares himself up, and you see as he rears back, and like he starts making like this like guttural noise at the back of his throat, and you think he's gonna do it, but he just like does that like that random dry heave dogs do for no reason.
That's okay, buddy. We'll work on it. And she'll
He's got the gist of it.
Yeah, we'll work on it. Yeah, and she'll just kind of sit with him and just.
And you'll hear Eustace's cantankerous yelling as he's talking to Cordelia. And you're like, oh, there's Cordelia.
Is Cordelia pretty much kind of like focused with Eustace?
Would you say Cordelia's focused on Eustace right now?
I'm looking around. Like I'm not staring at
Okay.
him directly.
Mhm.
So I'm still like talking and then kind of once in a while going like this
Okay.
to look at Cordelia at Cordelia at Patience, make sure she's okay.
Yeah, she'll just look over at Cordelia and just be like, I'm gonna go inside the dilapidated church and just see if I can meditate there since it's a little bit loud, and she's not trying to be mean and saying Eustace is being loud, but she's
Sure.
okay.
All right.
I'll
So as
be
Patience, Patience, as you go into the church, Eustace is still kind of yammering on about his glory days as the frontline vanguard for this and that, and just like, right. So look, I'm looking around because here's the thing. I don't remember the last time I went to sleep.
Why not?
That's the thing. I don't know. My bedtime is 7 o'clock sharp. On the weekdays, weekends, 7:30.
And you haven't been sleeping?
I have a crisp nighttime routine. I get myself ready. I make my bed. I have myself a nice cup of tea right before bed. Stare out the window for a good 30 minutes. And then I lay in bed, stare at the ceiling for another 30 minutes. Then I go to bed.
When did it start?
The night before, I don't remember doing any of that. And next thing I knew, I was being pulled out of a box.
So you don't remember anything from when you were inside the box?
No. I only remember being pulled right out of the box.
Do you remember date or anything when And before it was blackout, basically.
I remember that it was a Monday.
Was yesterday a Monday?
Yeah.
Or today was a Monday?
Well, it's the day after, so yes. So yesterday was a Monday.
Well, obviously it's not yesterday. So
Right. So I had my bedtime routine. Last night. It's the night before. I don't remember. Hasn't been sitting right with me.
that's
I've been
very
trying to tell the guys at the guard tower, and they're just like, "Oh, it's just old Eustace. It's your mind gets a little funny when you get old. Not Eustace, not me.
I don't think
Mind is
your
like
brain is really that affected at all. If you saw me when I
this
was
mind. It's like a mimic trap."
I don't even know how to
How do you respond to that?
to respond to that.
Exactly.
Oh, Eustace.
Love him.
Old man Eustace.
I don't. This is not my expertise, my field of expertise. So I really don't know how to help you. We do have a priest. Maybe you can talk to them.
I don't need a priest. I need answers. And he's gonna pull a little notebook out from his pocket, and it's gonna have like his scribblings in it. His handwriting's not the best, but he's got like a detailed list, like in his little notebook. It's like I've been writing down everything I've been finding around town that just seems out of place.
And what is suspicious?
So, if I remember correctly, see, my bedtime is at 7 p.m. sharp. However, at 6:30, I think I heard some weird noises. But I just thought it was,
That was when you were staring at the ceiling.
right. Precisely.
Oop.
Oh,
Oh,
Where'd you go, Vic?
ah,
Help me, I'm poor.
help me.
What?
Roll 20 decided to take a poop. Okay. Right, I heard strange noises outside.
Outside of your house?
Yeah, outside of my house and just, around the area. Just thought it was something, just thought it was like a dog or something, or a Parrington getting into the trash.
If you don't trust me enough to tell you where it is, but to tell me where your house is, but can you just kind of point at the direction?
No, I could take you there.
Oh. I'm trying to look after the child right now.
Well, we're losing light, and I'm going to find a perfect position to try to see if anything funny happens tonight.
So, is this the perfect position for
No.
you to look at?
Well, yes, but no. I was trying to do a perimeter check before heading back into town.
Okay.
Just work your way out in the surrounding woods and make your way back in, like a spiral.
Looking at Eustace, how fast does he move?
I mean, you're not quite sure because you haven't seen him walk. He kind of walks at a decent pace. He's not terribly slow. He's not going to be the worst escort mission you've ever done.
Oh, so it's not like I don't have to keep going and stopping. Like I can
he'll
just
keep
go
up.
I can just go on full tilt with my analog stick, and
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
To what direction are you trying to go to? I will catch up where I just need to talk to my friend for a little bit.
Well, I'm going to be heading into the residential district.
Okay. I'll catch up real quick, and then she will do a swan dive. Is she in the second floor or no? No, I
I
don't
mean,
think
you're
they are.
wherever you want to be.
Wherever Eustace is. Oh well, you said he was in the bush.
Yeah, he was in a bush.
So I'm probably on the first floor. So I will just put my hands behind my back, going like this, and then I'm gonna run.
All right. As you
And
head
tell patient and basically just tell patients like, I know I just needed to, but I know you can protect yourself.
Mhm.
I'll be back as soon as possible. And she'll disappear.
Okay.
Bye.
in. Bye.
I need some
Bye.
answers.
Yeah.
All right, as you head into town with Eustace.
Yeah,
And eventually everybody's going to run into each other, and that's going to be great. So,
nice.
let's go with patience.
What about that guy in the forest though?
Everybody will run into each other,
Yeah.
including the
okay,
dead
okay,
guy.
Everyone. Everyone.
The
Everyone.
town
He's just-
necromancer is about to have a holiday.
Now I got to make a town necromancer. Damn.
Oh
Matt.
man,
Miracle
Vic,
Max.
I suddenly wanted to change to class wizard.
I was going to call him, like, off the top of my head, the best NPC name I could come up with for a town necromancer was Teddy, not Deddy. I think that just might stick.
guess There's gonna be one now.
Golf clap, sir. Golf clap.
Oh god.
I'm taking notes.
Taking notes, taking notes. All right, so, patience.
Mhm.
So as Cordelia gives you the message, and she runs into town. What are we doing as you are kind of sitting in the little dilapidated church?
Yeah.
You're not quite sure what god this once belonged to, because any marker has just kind of long since been grown over. It's like
Mhm.
the town kind of keeps it there out of like nostalgia. Just like, hey, this is where the church used to be, but there hasn't been like any kind of proper like or predominant religion kind of around
Mhm.
Benatuan.
Yeah. She's just gonna sit there and she is gonna talk out loud to the only being that can listen to her right now, which is Gren. That's
As he
been-
sticks his tongue out, and it just kind of slaps up onto his eyeball as he licks it. Just sits there looking at you.
Yeah. She's just gonna be like, I don't know how to do this. Like I want to get some questions answered, or at least get like pointed, I guess, in the right direction, but I don't know how to do it.
The only response you get is just.
And then we have just like that little moment of kind of like, not saying it's a brain cell moment because it's definitely not a brain cell moment.
All right.
She's just sitting there and she just thinks, and then she just looks down at her bag of holding and she pulls out the book.
Okay.
And
So
she
you
just
pull
puts it
out-
in front of her.
The big red book with pitch black pages.
Yeah, she just sets it in front of her and she's like, I don't know what to do.
As you sit there with that book.
She just looks down at it. It's like, yeah, she'll just kind of open it up, just keep it like
Yes.
open.
So you open it up, and you see just the ink black pages, nothing written on it.
I don't remember exactly how Hawk did it. Do I like talk to you and like do I ask you a question or no phone? It's not my bedtime.
Hawk sitting here like ha 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 ha. You weren't paying close enough attention.
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, I just need. Can I have some guidance, please? She just looks down at the book and says that.
Okay.
Words of wisdom? I don't know.
I will need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
As words start kind of scrawling on the pages, and it's just like the brief history of the guidance spell.
Wow. 19. That was
19, you saved.
Okay.
So,
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like she's
need you.
looking down at that and being like, oh, that's so funny.
so now that you know, that's how that works.
It's like, oh,
You ask it a question,
real funny,
and some
Graham.
answer appears. What are we doing?
Yeah, she's literally looking down and like, haha, that's really funny, Grandpa. She's just, I don't know. Because it's like she's talking to the book, but also again to Gren, and it's just like, because it's like, look, we went into the forest to get the green dragon mask, and that backfired. We went to get my dad back and try to find the white dragon mask. That backfired. Got my dad back, but we didn't get the mask. I want to make sure that we actually get this mask so we can prevent the end of the world. Can you give me a little bit of at least, I don't know, again, like, just the point in the right direction? Or what to possibly do to help make sure that that doesn't happen. Because Severn, I don't want him to get that. I don't want anything bad to happen to my friends and my family.
Well, kind of, almost like a breeze just kind of like blowing through the church as the pages kind of like turn over away from, the guidance spell, and it's back on some blank black pages. And just a sentence is written across the middle of one of the pages, and it says, "What is your question?" Ask a question. Get an answer.
She's gonna probably take the book and just close it because she's just frustrated because that's not working in her. Yeah, her just being like, I don't know what question to ask in that sense. All it's doing is giving me, I don't know, just knowledges on spells and stuff like that. That's not...
Patience, roll me a D100.
D100?
Yes.
Oh wait, let me get her actual dice, not that. That is 90.
Okay. Roll me a D10.
A D10?
A D10.
That is an 8.
Okay. So, as you close the book and you sit there and you're just like looking frustrated, the book slaps back open again, and the same phrase is said in the middle that says, "Ask a question, get an answer. What is your question?"
She's gesturing down at the book like, what the hell? Like... I asked my question.
And then the words will disappear. And then the next set of words that appear says, "That was not a question. That was a cry for help." Followed by, "I don't do handouts."
Angry cat, like, tail twitching. she's just gonna be kind of like, I'm not doing a contract.
The words will disappear again. And then reappear again. How about a trade?
What kind of a trade?
What do you have? Is that?
I'm just like,
Roll me another wisdom saving throw.
oh god. This was a bad idea. Maybe not. 21.
Alright. That is a fail.
Oh shit.
So, patience. You feel your head start to turn and reel, and you feel this painful headache just kind of like rack your head as you kind of like squeeze your eyes shut and like kind of like press your palms against your eyes just to try to get it to go away.
Mm-hmm.
And when you open your eyes again and just like try to rub them, you notice that you're in a different place. But you've been here before. It's quite familiar. As this is the cave that you had sought refuge in. Let me change the music.
I see the first two, I know.
Just wanted to make sure everybody saw that.
What?
Just wanted to
Not
make sure
that damn
everyone
doll.
notices this.
As you kind of look around, and it's the same ice cave that you had stayed in, that you were helped by the monster hunters, Josephine and her partner, and also Frosty the frost giant.
And she doesn't see any of them.
You don't
Like,
see
she
anyone.
Doesn't even
It
see
is-
Gren either.
There's no Gren. Nobody is there. It is desolately quiet, and you start to feel this cold seeping into you as you realize that you are standing in a frozen tundra, completely alone.
Okay, what the hell? She's just gonna call it hello.
And then you hear a voice call back. Hello. And you look around, and the first thing you see is the doll sit up.
Oh, of course.
I quit.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it gets up, and it just skips
I can't.
over to you.
I hate this.
No, you can't move.
Ugh.
Perfect.
As it stands there. It gives you a little bow. You said you wanted help.
Yeah, but this isn't any of like her grandpa's bullshit, is it?
What do you think? Are you thinking that in your head?
She is thinking that in her head. It's like,
Well,
is
I am-
grandpa's bullshit or?
Well, I'm insulted for one.
Oh fuck.
But also, I guess you could say flattered. Maybe. But I like to think that I have my own flair about things.
Yeah, who the hell are you then?
I,
She'll actually
You could
say
say-
that out loud.
well, to keep it simple, family.
Mm.
but then I'm also possibly not family. It could be confusing. Almost contradictory.
You motherfucker.
You're very nosy. You know that. It's fun when people are nosy.
What?
Also a little bit... And, like, the doll just kind of, like, uses its, like, cloth hand to just kind of, like, size you up. You're a little small to be reading such heavy text. There's a lot of knowledge in there.
I mean, yeah, but
But what? You think it's just owed to you? Because you want
I didn't
it?
say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
I don't have to put words in your mouth. I can just simply see by how you demand for answers, but offer no solutions. You want everything to go your way, and yet you have no power to do it. It's funny, actually. It's cute. It's a little silly. What, you're just going to sit there and pout at me because all I'm doing is telling you exactly as it is?
She's not making eye contact with the doll. She's just looking down at the snow. But she is pouting.
So what do you want?
I want my friends and my family to be okay. I don't want...
That's too broad. That's too broad. You want them to be okay, but what defines okay? Do you want them to be alive, but suffering? Do you want them to be dead and free of having to deal with this whole mess of Armageddon and dragons and whatnot? That would technically be okay, because they wouldn't have to live through it.
These are big thoughts for Elmo.
Do you want them to be, living comfortably and everything's okay and everyone gets little tea and sandwiches and everyone is best friends and just sitting around a campfire and telling cute little stories like, That one sounds boring, actually. Forgive me, I'm usually much more creative than that.
In the back of her head, wow, you must be fun at parties.
I am fantastic at parties, thank you. Yes, if you haven't thought of it, if the thought hasn't come to you yet, I can read your mind.
My gosh, really? That's the only thing that she can do.
Okay, Cole Jr.
Honestly.
Yeah. Okay, maybe this makes it just a little bit more simpler. I want to make sure that Tiamat stays in Avernus.
Oh, now I have to choose what I say carefully. As the doll just kind of taps its little felt hand against its chin in thought. Just like this little raggedy sock doll. Well. So you want to keep Tiamat, your words, you want to keep Tiamat trapped in Avernus. You can say yes or no.
Yeah. Because that's what the cult's trying to do, and...
Yes, the cult and other friends and family and people I don't really think about often. it's also immediate. I don't really care for it, but I also can't do much about it.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know. So say that your brother keeps stealing your favorite snack, and anytime it's in the cupboard, there's only one left, and he takes it before you do. And it happens every single time. What are you going to do about it? You could kill your brother and keep that from happening ever again.
A little extreme.
But it is a solution. But it is a complicated one because that comes with ramifications. Like, if you kill your brother, who's going to replace your brother now? You know, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of other people getting mad because you killed your brother. You have to deal with, you know, all the little things involved with whatever your brother does for a job, and then how you might take it on some of his work, and it gets so exhausting. It wasn't really worth it for a small little cake.
Probably, but it also sounds like you have a lot of issues.
I mean, comes with the territory of this family. You should know that by now. Your father knows it well. Although he was much more meddlesome.
What do you mean?
Well, I would say that it had the potential of giving certain people gray hairs, but that would be me admitting that we are capable of such, which we can control how we choose to look most of the time, depending on the circumstance, and I'm going off on a tangent now. Point is,
You pick a
your
doll.
father was very stressful. I picked a doll. I thought it was cute and childlike and friendly.
It's actually just creepy.
Ah. See, that's funny.
And a cliche.
Oh, see, now, that's hurtful. So, you call me here, insult me, and demand answers of me. And yet here I am, sitting here as a drab little doll, and getting nothing from you. Now, I could just snatch your soul and keep you within my domain as like a cute little pet in like a cage, like a canary almost. I don't think your father or there's a little doll like flaps its hands grandfather would appreciate that.
Okay, let me just, put this, in your terms. What do you want?
I want whatever it is you can offer me. The more creative, the better. I like finding wiggle room. Just don't think too hard about it.
It's just thanks for a
Yeah, you
minute.
can offer me anything, honestly. And I'll take, you have a very nice dragon. It's very rare. I could always add a little something to my menagerie.
No.
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 Hmm. Shame, I was going to offer it as a gift to one of my followers. Would have been a nice boon.
Thinking of, things.
You could offer me... You can offer me maybe 100 years of servitude. You could offer me... Taking souls now is a bit cliche. I don't know, what do you think? You seem like you should be the creative type.
Patience just kind of like thinks for a second and
You
just
give me your brother, but, that's...
No, he's his own person.
Everybody thinks that. It's all a matter of perspective. You have to sell yourself to someone eventually, if you want to get ahead. If you want to make it out alive. You have to give something up. Whether that be time, money, your love of something. Loved ones is always depressing, but I cry too much.
Patience is just going to say this jokingly. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. I'm trying to word it. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, like, I'll offer you up, like, my baby sister's soul or something like that.
Done. I'll take it.
Wait, what?
I'll take it. You are offering, aren't you? You are offering. Right? This is a deal, isn't it?
You just see her roll her eyes. I mean, I don't know, I guess. Also, just thinking in the back of her head, it's not like my family's gonna have any more kids anyways.
Okay, well, I'll draw up the paperwork. And... So, you said that you want to keep this whole Tiamat in Avernus business, right? Well... Are you already aware that in order to keep her from coming out, you need to stop from collecting, those draconic relics, the masks? You do know that, right?
I'm aware.
Oh, good. You're that far ahead. How many do you have?
None.
Oh, I already knew that. I just wanted to hear you say it. Alright, so you have none. They have all of them.
Yeah.
That's tricky. So what are you going to do if she comes out?
Guess do our best to defeat her.
Right, and you are aware of the fact that you will die doing it.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, now I am.
Well, she is a god. She's the goddess of dragons. And you're... small. Right, well, alright, I'll drop the paperwork and, we'll cash that favor in when you need it. Don't have to think of it as anything long-term. I don't do long-term relationships. That's more of my brother's thing.
Who? So, what, are you one of my grunkles, or...
Oh,
who
grunkle's such an ugly word. Don't use that. If I'm going to have a label, I would prefer to pick it myself.
Sure.
This is taking too long to think about. I'll get back to you. Just know that this one's for free, by the way. Just know that that book you carry around, it's very dangerous. That's the combined knowledge of all of the lords. It's a project that Big Brother wanted us to do, and... well, I'm not a fan of group projects. None of us really are. Just be careful with it. Because... could have something fun in there for you. Or... it could kill you. Or worse. I always like worse.
You're like, oh god.
They could always do worse.
I'll keep that.
Like what happened to that little wizard friend of mine? Oh, he was so fun.
Are you talking about the one back at the...
Oh, what was his name? Something. Melathron. That's it. Of course. Easy to remember. We both have the same initial. Right, so it's time for me to go. I'm gonna scoot, and you can just wake up and start breathing again. All right, goodbye. And right as he says that, you immediately just take a breath in, and you sit up, and you're back in the church again, just sitting there, and your dragon Gren is just like licking at your face, like very concerned.
She's going to hug the hell out of her baby.
As you still feel that residual feeling of coldness. As it just kind of like clings to you, but it eventually kind of shakes off.
She is going to sit there and she is going to hug this baby dragon like her life depends on it.
Alright. So how long are you planning on staying there in the church?
Give her like 5 minutes, and then she's going to just send a message out to Hawk and just be like, I'm heading back.
So
she's immediately going to she's immediately taking that book and shoving it as far into her bag of holding as she possibly can.
As far into the astral plane as you can get. Alright.
Excuse me.
So Hawk, you get that message from a very shaky Patience.
Okay.
As you guys are heading into town to more or less look around. You will run into Eustace and Cordelia as they are making their way in as well. And eventually Patience will follow after on her little legs.
How?
I need a bathroom break at a specific bush.
Okay.
There's some real nice bathrooms at the U. I'm just saying.
Some very excellent bathrooms there. Or if you want, you can just go out in the woods in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the woods in the back is the best. The best bathrooms.
Okay. Alright, so because it is time, it's getting to that point. Did we want to stop here? Do we want to go like a little bit further just to get to the halfling? It's y'all's call.
We can get to the halfling. That'll be my boat.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Fine.
Alright, so halfling, alright. Alright, so we will get to the halfling, and then from there, we will shake a night. So, you guys make it to the halfling's halfway in. Walking in, you see Pavel, who is the owner of the establishment, as he's kind of standing at the bar, kind of just like watching over things as it's fairly busy as well. Like you can see that the town is like fairly split into when it comes to the two establishments. You'll know who goes over to the Lucky you know who goes to the halfling. So the halfling's going to be a bit more of a, despite its name, a little bit more of a family-friendly establishment. As you'll see a lot more families sitting at tables enjoying some meals.
Mm-hmm.
And you will also see, so Hawk, you will see your dad at the bar, just kind of slumped. But you will also see kind of a few tables over, like away from the bar, you will see Helene talking to what looks to be this young dwarvish man as they're kind of sitting there, and you see that she's like all smiles as he says something to her, and she giggles and has like this flush on her cheeks.
Hawk, like, don't crash sneaky over to say hi to Pav. Like, he's watching this. Like, this is adorable. I'm happy for her. But he wants to go say hi to Pav.
All right. So you go say hi to Pav. You see him. Let me change the music again. There you go. So you swing by to say hi to Pav, and he's happy to see you. This halfling gentleman, like nice, like coppery tan skin, wearing pretty much like the exact opposite of Una in a way, where Una is spring eternal in every sense, where she's all pastels and pinks and florals. You see that Pav is very like more into like the subdued like autumn tones of like the dark browns, like the goldenrods, like the oranges, and like those kind of Merlot reds. As he's wearing like a nice his signature tweed suit. As he smiles brightly, he's just like, Una told me you'd be by.
Yeah, I figured I
Good to
go
see
to
you.
visit. Good to see you. He's gonna like nod over to his dad and be like, "How long has he been here?"
About since 5.
Right.
Yeah, I've been sneaking water into his last few points.
That's probably for the best. Charge him full price though.
Be out of business if I didn't.
Good. So he's gonna look over to where Helene is sitting with her boyfriend. And be like, "So what do we know about him?"
He's suppose a ranger. So he's a ranger, and his name's Nenth.
Ned, does he seem like a good person? Does he seem trustworthy?
I mean, he's polite. He's always comes in, sells me whatever game he's got. You know, mine's his Q's and P's and all that.
Good.
I mean, he's rather quiet guy, but seems well enough.
I mean, Helene is kind of quiet, so
And they're perfect.
it's a lot of quiet. But yeah. Figure he kind of like looks at his dad again and was like, "Figure there's enough noise in that house anyway." And he might be just the person we needed to talk to.
I take it's about the dragon.
And some, and then some. Yeah.
Right. Una told me at dinner last night.
Yeah, you know, you leave home for a few years, spend a lot of time learning, and then suddenly you're encountering dragons, calling their goddess a bitch, fighting some of the. It's been
Whoops.
It's been a decade. And now we gotta stop it. And I think, like, it might be a good test for my sister's boyfriend to see if he can't help us better pinpoint where we're supposed to be heading. We have a general direction, but if he is out here as much as he supposedly is, I'm sure he knows the lay of the land better than most of us. So.
Sounds good.
Hawk will like shake Pav's hand and then kind of scoot his way through the tavern over to where Helene and Nenth are sitting.
Okay.
and just kind of like sit there like without trying not to be the embarrassing older brother. Be like,
I need you to roll me a
Hi.
performance.
oh great.
See how well you can keep it together.
Yeah, we're not good at that. Yeah, that's a whole 11. Yeah, he's gonna kind
You
of
think
like
you're keeping a straight face, but everyone else is looking at Hawk, and he's got like the dopiest little smile.
it's like 100% dumbass. Just kind of like walks over and just like puts his hands on the back of the chair and be like, "Good evening."
As Helene will kind of startle and just like, so what are you doing here? Thought you had things to do.
I have a lot of things to do. But you know, I can't visit town without coming to see everyone. And
And you just happened to stop at Pav's.
I mean, I did used to work here, so plus, and don't be mad at me for this. You can blame Una, if you need someone to blame. But
Of course.
and I don't mean to ruin. He's gonna look at Nenth and be like, date night. But my friends and I, he'll kind of like motion back over to Lark and Tarsius. And is Cordelia with us or no?
Everyone met up.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Like, if we just motion, like he has to lean obviously very far because he's very
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, they're all like kind of like hanging out by the bar where you left them. Eustace is also there as he kind of takes his stick and he kind of like taps you up and down, Tarsius, and it's just like, all right, you make a strapping lad for the Queen's army.
I view that most ideologies of war are actually kind of
Get down on the
pointless.
ground, give me 20 right now.
No.
Go.
No.
Ah, so you can't do it then.
No. I could do it.
So while that's going on.
Yeah. Be like, well, Hawk's gonna be like, I hear you are a ranger. And he's gonna look at Nenth and be like,
Elaine's just like, oh, yes, sorry. Nenth, this is my big brother, Nicodemus.
Hawk will
And,
reach out his hand and
And
for a
Nenth
shake.
will take your hand too. Roll me a strength check.
Oh, okay, I could do
we
that.
gotta do this. We gotta do this.
Straight strength, athletics, acrobatics. Oh,
Just straight strength.
okay. Wow, really? A whole 15.
Whole 15. He's got quite a grip. Like, you've got a strong grip, but you're like, okay, he's solid.
All right. I see you.
Yeah. As, he'll shake your hand and just like, nice to meet you. Nenth.
You can call me Hawk.
I'm honored that I'm at a nickname status with you. Having just met.
I don't want to burst your bubble. To be fair, I don't really go by my first name at all anymore. So,
Fair enough.
my friends and I are kind of in need of some guidance. We're looking for something that's always southeast of town.
Okay.
A tower.
Tower, southeast of here.
Big one.
How far south we going? 'Cause I haven't seen anything out that way.
I'm not sure. That's which way the dragon flew.
So you want to track a dragon then?
I want. And Hawk is going to whisper to find a wizard's tower.
He just
Steal
kind of like
something
sits
from them
there.
and stop the apocalypse.
There have been rumors about such travelers coming to and from, and I hear things on the road.
would you be willing to see if you could help us pinpoint where it is? Not like necessarily right now or tonight, because obviously y'all've got like date night. But Una told me that this would probably be the best place to find you. I did not realize it was date night. Forgive me.
It's all right. And when you look at him, he's a fairly handsome dwarf. Like he's very broad-shouldered, like very fit, nice soft blonde hair. He's got like a little bit of like a goatee that just kind of like goes out into like a little bit of some mutton chops, and he has like these like very like bright, brilliant blue eyes. You're just like, oh wow, he's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. Like wearing like he's in kind of like simple clothes right now. He's not wearing any of his like travel gear, but wearing like a nice soft like woolen like long sleeved what's the word? Doublet. That's the word I'm looking for. So he's like all dressed up for your sister.
Hawk will be like, so are you going to be in town for a few days?
I stopped in to drop some game off for Pav and planning on hitting the road, at soonest convenience, but if you're gonna, ask me to, I don't want to assume, hire, but I would assume you're asking me to look into this tower.
If you can, or if you have time, that would be greatly appreciated.
I mean, are you planning for anything immediate? Like, how soon are you needing to leave to go find it?
How long okay, out of character.
Hmm?
Please refresh me on how long it was that we had to do this.
You have a month and a half.
Cool. I have 6 weeks.
Until Armageddon. Yep.
We have 6 weeks before the end of the world. Ideally, we'd like to have this done before, 3 weeks, a month. Let's not shave too closely here. The sooner the better, but obviously things take time. So.
Okay. So, would anyone be opposed to heading out tomorrow? If time is of the essence.
I mean...
Or do you need a day?
I need to ask my friends.
Right,
I don't call the shots. So. Hold on. Kind of walk back over to everybody and be like, so.
I'm gonna be trying to teach this old man some yoga moves.
In the middle of the tavern?
Yes.
At least it's not out on a balcony.
Right.
Hawk
So
will look at Ron and kind of look at Tarsius like, okay.
Try to show him to be limber. Yes.
Anybody want to go scouting tomorrow?
Yes.
To see what we can find?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Sure.
And then Hawk will...
good at hiding and looking at things.
Yes. We gotta go save the world. I'm ready.
Hawk will look over at Lark and you.
Sure, why not?
Sweet. One moment. And he'll sidle his way through the tavern. He's like, all of these tables are suddenly very far together, and now it's like, nah, you're just almost 7 feet tall and have a dump truck ass. Okay.
All right, broadcast that.
It gets in the way.
All right, so as you kind of sidle your way back over.
What time do you leave?
As soon as you're ready.
1 minute. And he sidles back over to everybody. They like, deal. He's not making decisions. Hawk has never made a damn decision in his life.
Yes.
Do you all see Hawk come stumbling back?
Should we just go over there and talk as a group?
No.
why-
There's like tables and stuff. No, I just want to know if y'all want to leave like now, or do y'all want to like leave in the morning?
It's like
Or-
late. I don't know. We can leave now. I don't know. I don't care.
We can leave now if it's absolutely necessary, but I think a good night's rest after what
Yeah, I want trouble
happened
snacks.
with the conversation is not a bad idea.
We'll probably check up.
Don't mind leaving
on-
now.
Okay, we should probably also check on our friend at the brothel. Before we go,
Explore.
to make sure he's still alive. We did
Not
He has
the friend you
confessed his
killed,
sins,
Lark.
so it is up to him now.
What?
Huh?
So, like, not the friend you killed, Lark.
No, he was talking about the other guy. He
Wait, what?
said that
Like, why?
it's up
What do
to
you
him
want?
now. He confessed, like it's on him now.
Yeah.
Why would he not be alive? I wasn't concerned. Now I'm really concerned.
He's fine.
What's the guy with the chains?
Now I
No?
have to look
Okay.
at the woods and stuff.
Oh my god. No, the guy with the chains that we. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Did-
he's being taken care of there, right? But I guess it is a good idea to also look at, see if there's something else he needs or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're not very good kidnappers.
Did Patience come and meet up with the party, or is Patience
She's
still
there.
sitting in? Okay, good.
She did. She's just
I'm
very
making
much
sure.
kind to herself.
She's very uncharacteristically quiet right now.
Hawk's gonna like look at her and be like, "Is it bedtime?"
I think it's bedtime.
No, I'm fine.
Gren is, like,
I'm
splooted
alive.
down on the floor, just asleep.
Hawk's gonna squint at Patience, and be like, "We'll talk." Okay. So leaving now or in the morning? Pick. Someone make a decision for me. I'm not good at it.
No.
Fine with now. I mean,
Bet. Okay. Kid said go.
Okay. I just want to get some snacks before
well-
we head out.
Actually, let me ask, because I don't know how mad my sister will be if we end her date so that we can go on an adventure.
Oh no, we'll go
Um,
after her date. We'll just meet up afterwards.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hawk will go back over to the table and be like,
The
"Okay,
world,
here's the deal."
The world can wait for love.
Hawk's like, "Okay, so we're ready to leave when you're ready to leave, but we're not interrupting this, so." Hawk's gonna look at Helene and be like, "Were you gonna take Dad home?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do it. Figure by the time we manage to get his drunk ass up that hill, we can make our way back and see where things are.
I can pick him up if you need me to.
Let me do it.
Okay.
Yeah, Hawk will go over to his dad and just kind of like,
He's out.
yeah. You're like, all right. And yeah, he'll just kind of like get his dad's arm like up around his shoulder,
Like, it's 6 o'clock, but he's out.
and he'll end up like hefting him over and just, all right. Time for leg day. And just kind of carry his dad out and look at everyone and be like, I need to drop this off at home, and then make our way back, and we should be good to go.
Okay.
Restock on whatever anybody needs.
What if you said we don't want to interrupt their date or anything? What if this is one of those dates? I remember mom and pop, sometimes they go on date nights and tell us that they're gonna be late because they're gonna be griffin riding after.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, are there griffins
They
here?
do
Look-
horseback riding or
Look,
something
Hawk is
after
going
the
to have
day.
on his face.
What? You guys have griffins? I want to ride a
Absolute
griffin.
No,
devastation.
that was with mom and dad, but I'm not sure if they're gonna do like horseback riding here or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Hawk is like, I don't want to think about that.
What
Riding
well,
horses?
riding horses is kind of fun sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
It's Hawk is gonna look at him like it's a euphemism.
No, that's not the name of the horse. I had a horse named Pinky, and then I had another horse that was Spot. They had to be Clydesdales because any other horse can, like, I was just too big.
Oh god.
I did have a horse that I named Euphoria, so I don't know.
Oh my
okay,
god.
okay.
Hawk is gonna be like, I mean, I mean a euphemism as in it's a turn of phrase. It's
How do you turn a
they're
phrase?
telling you very delicately. That would be also maybe like double
I
entendre.
didn't learn that
but-
at school.
Double entendre.
You can turn a phrase.
You absolutely can.
Is
and
that like
you
a
can say,
dangling participle? In grammar?
I think that's biology, but
So, to round it back in.
Hawk will be like, I think no. What I mean is like, you know, sometimes adults tell and like say that they're doing a certain thing, and they say it so that you think they're doing something, but they're actually doing something that you are too young to understand what they're doing. But they need to just make you think they're doing something that they just did so that you don't want to intrude on it.
That seems complicated. It's just tell the truth.
You'll see the snakes kind of whispering in Cordelia's ear. I was like, oh, maybe they just didn't want to share their chalky milk up to us or something.
Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean, Tarsius, you're pretty sure that when your dad said that he was talking about griffin riding, you're 100% sure he was talking about griffin riding because you very distinctly remember him having a conversation with someone about, I got to learn to ride it backwards.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
You're fucking welcome.
Totally makes sense.
I know.
God.
It's like,
Hawk's gonna sit there and be like,
that's mine now, I think.
okay. Regardless, I'm gonna bring this pickled herring home. To deal with my mother, or so that my mother can deal with him. Hopefully, he'll sleep all night. If y'all want to hang here, you're welcome to hang here. If y'all want to accompany me, that's fine too. But I am bringing this man home. It's a little embarrassing to sleep at the neighborhood bar. And Hawk will just kind of like make his way to the door, and like if he happens to smack his dad on the door frame, he's not gonna be upset about it.
All right. I mean, he won't make much. He's pretty pickled, so you know he'll feel it. He'll feel it when he wakes up.
Good.
But,
yeah. Hawk will just go to take him home.
so yeah, while you take Hiram out, Eustace is going to turn to Cordelia and just be like, right, so it's about my bedtime. I'm going to go do my very strict regiment. I'm entrusting you to keep an eye out tonight. Keep an eye out for anything weird. And he's going to hand you his notebook that has his notes in it. And there's also something kind of pressed between the pages of the notebook. So when you put your hand on it, you feel something like a bump underneath the paper. And when you take it, and if you choose to look at it, you will see that it almost looks like a gemstone, but it's like too flat to be a gemstone, as it has like an iridescent sheen to it.
Huh.
And when you kind of look at it, it kind of almost in a way resembles like how your snake scales are patterned, but it's a little bit more oblong in shape. So you get the idea that it is a scale of some kind. It's just like, found that background by my house when I was checking things out earlier.
How big is it? How big is
It's
the
big enough to fit within the palm of your hand.
Oh, what's the color of this?
It's an iridescent color, so when you like kind of move it in the light, it like
Okay.
kind of, but it's kind of like a pearlescent almost sheen to it. So
Okay. Look, I'll keep an eye on town. We are
Alright.
gonna kind of head out and scout some area as well. So
all right, he's gonna
No.
give you a quick salute, and he's gonna turn around and march himself out.
she will respectfully salute back.
Right. As a few people will give him a salute as he leaves as well, because that's just kind of Hawk. You know, that's the thing. He's an old war dude.
Oh,
That's gonna be his personality for the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah.
So,
I know some people like that.
okay. So with that, as I read things I shouldn't read while trying to DM. Thank you, Lynn. So we'll end it here for tonight. As you guys have a plan to head out as soon as possible, you're gonna get your supplies, get your snackies for the road, and you will follow Nenth out as he's going to lead the way to try to track down this blue dragon and eventually the wizard's tower.
Yep.
So, all right. So we will see each other again in 2-ish weeks. You know, holidays and such pending, because I don't know what the hell goes on in the beginning of the year anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case.
2 weeks is the day before Valentine's Day.
Which is Cinnabon's birthday.
Oh,
Aw.
that's very important.
13th.
Yeah.
That is
Very
a national
important.
holiday.
That's a national holiday. Okay,
We'll be playing
All right.
D&D on Cinnabon's birthday.
that's what he would have wanted.
Exactly.
Birthday stream.
Yeah,
Birthday stream. Perfect. All right. So, Valentine's episode.
What?
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah, Griffin
So-
riding.
Anyway, so don't even want to imagine the sounds Chadington makes. So,
Oh God.
I could have gone my whole life without that. That
you're
statement
I
right
had to
there.
suffer at the thought, so now you guys get to as well.
Oh, man.
So,
I don't know if that's fair.
enjoy that. So, thanks for watching. Next week is Sea Devils. We'll see some cursed shit happening there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Thanks,
excited.
y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Goodbye.